Hello and welcome everyone to this week's episode of our Good Society campaign, Reading Between the Lines. We are here. We are so excited because we missed last week and it was very sad, but not this week. So we're gonna go around. We're gonna say who we are, who we're playing, and then hop right into it. I'm Lindy. I've lived Lindy, and I'll be playing Imogen Gray, the tutor, who's making some moves in life because, her sister was like, "Live your own life, sis," and she was like, "That's not the worst idea I've ever heard. Maybe better than murder." And we're feeling some, we're putting some feelers out. Someone who had a new character introduced last week would be Yutsai. Yutsai, how are you tonight?
I'm doing well. A little tired, work's getting a little hectic, but we're alive. We're making it through. Hi, I'm Inside. I'm playing my new character, Sylvia Gray. Sudden introduction. Wanted to make a bit of a statement, even if that involved the death of another character. Unfortunately, that did not happen. I wonder if that might change soon. But yes, looking forward to session.
Someone who's had many character deaths on this channel before would be Nugatosaurus. How are you?
I'm great, and you are correct. I've died very, very many times on this channel. I will be playing Lady Sienna, Saoirse, and a mysterious aunt who's come to visit as well.
Wonderful. Someone who maybe has an aunt would be Dimples and Dice. How are you?
I definitely have aunts.
I don't know. You might not.
Yeah, it's certainly a possibility, but I do.
Okay, good.
I am going to be playing Jamal, Sebastian, Shaka, and maybe Lawrence. Who knows how things go? They go how they goes. Yeah, I'm Doubles of Dice. You find me on the internet as Doubles of Dice. You might have saw me at Gen Con. If you saw me at Gen Con, cool. Hope you don't have COVID.
That's a good wish. I also would like to just call out how Nugget and I very handily tried to avoid saying aunt in the most southern way possible. So I'm gonna give it to the least southern member here, which would be our token Canadian, Snow. How are you tonight?
I'm technically very southern for a Canadian.
We're
But
Canadian.
I will. Yeah,
up at the Great
that
White
is fair.
North.
Yeah, that's actually true. But anyway, back to this game. Very excited to be here. Not COVID-y, but that's great. Yeah, I'm excited to scream, be afraid, because certain people were rescued.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Certain
And
people
I'm
were
here
rescued.
to make sure to flirt with Imogen some more. Guys, we
Please
have to
do.
send more letters to Imogen.
Oh yeah, last time we had free love letters to Imogen, and that would be the fault of our facilitator, Trooper SJP. How are you this evening?
First off, I don't think it's my fault. I think it's my glory.
Oh, okay.
My honor. My credit. Yes. All the love letters. I just realized something right now.
Yeah?
And I have to say it out loud.
Please do.
It's about Snow. Snow's Canadian, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we all know about Snow from Canada, who did the hit song Informer, which means that Snow is... Okay, Prince knows, right? I'm not the only person who knows the song Informer by Snow. I am so worried. I'm so worried. Anybody who has not seen the video for Informer by the rapper Snow from Canada, just go find it. Just go find it and listen to it at some point in time. Maybe not right now.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Okay, I do know this song.
I know that you know the song.
I do know the song.
Informer. Anyway, it's like a white Canadian dude with a really heavy Jamaican patois. And, apparently that is also Snow. So I just was thinking about that because it was important.
Don't give away her secret identity like that.
Gosh, in the
Trooper.
face with nostalgia. Oh my god.
Nice. I'm here to slap people in the face with nostalgia and with letters and with romance and danger. So welcome to Writing Between the Lines. I was just trying to go and put the post on in the Twitter because it hadn't come out yet, and I was like, oh,
I hit send. Oh, maybe
I didn't
just
see
go
it.
through.
I searched for you. Anyhow,
thank
you for being
go
here.
Through. It's fucking.
I was looking. I was like, I wanted to go and say
That's
that
Twitter's
live,
fault.
I blame
I
Twitter.
typed up a whole thing, tagged everybody, hit publish.
Yeah, but see,
Love
it's
that
the
for
worst.
us.
The Twitter. So I'm so happy to have you all here. Thank each and every one of you who is in the audience watching this campaign. This is a great joy for me to facilitate, but of course, having you here really gives us all that energy. You may not know it, but having a live audience is very energizing and it really makes a difference. I'm sad we couldn't have been here last week, but we had people who had been kidnapped and thrown in dungeons, and
Under
so then we couldn't
duress.
play. Under duress, and so then we couldn't play because they were in a dungeon. We did rescue them with some resolve tokens, and so we're all good to be back. And let us see. This is session 8 of
Is.
Reading Between the Lines, our Good Society campaign using Downstairs at the Abbey. We are at the top of our cycle 3, a cycle wherein we're doing visitations. People are having meetings with each other, doing the things they need to do. Each person will get to choose 2 visitations that they would like from themselves or any of their side characters, and it's pretty chill so far. I think we've had a pretty uneventful time. See, just recap what we had in the last session. Again, remember, very uneventful. There was some aggressive flirting and between Solange and Imogen. Imogen was like, wait, is that flirting? Was that flirting? Maybe it wasn't
She's not
flirting.
used to it, you know.
No, she's not used to it, and so she was not certain if that was indeed flirting. We'd find out. Then we have a good conversation between Sebastian and his mother about his behavior and admitting to murder, a duel, and his mother was not mad, just disappointed, and pardon me about that one. That just made me so very happy. And our Sebastian, then on his way out, um, well, got to meet a new friend. A new friend who challenged him to a duel in order to avenge the death of her father, the late Earl Grey. And he was like, wait a minute. And she was serious, though. She was serious. She's also not his age. He's 17 and she is 33. And yeah, so it was looking bad. And then actually also, oh my gosh, we had this dramatic moment. Pardon me, I'm so excited. Very dramatic where Fanny, no, where Agnes, the housekeeper, found out about what was going on, runs out of the estate, sees them in this midst of perhaps about ready to get into a duel. One person's not armed, running dramatically across the exceedingly large estate, trying to stop this madness, but it's going to go down. There's going to be murder. And then Heathcliff Grey shows up on a horse and says, come with me if you want to live, to Sebastian, pulls him up onto the horse, and then rides off into the woods. And Agnes is freaking out about it. And that, I believe, is where we left off. That is where we left off. And that was a bit of a cliffhanger. This was Yutsai's first visitation. However, I think it would be only right, since this was Yutsai's visitation, to let that moment finish. Agnes has run up or out into the garden and has come upon Sylvia Grey as young Master Sebastian Renwell has galloped off into the woods with the mysterious Heathcliff, who Agnes seems to have recognized, weirdly enough. Does not seem to not know who that is, seems to perhaps know who that is. And I'm going to just bring our curtain back to finish this moment. And before we say anything, I would like to note, Lindy, Prince, and myself have not yet had their first visitations. And so, as Sebastian on the back of the horse, actually Earl Grey's horse, taken by Heathcliff, gallop off into the woods, not to be seen. There, Agnes finally makes it to the space where Sylvia is. And with that, the curtain is open. And I pass to you.
I think Agnes just finished her banshee wail and has officially just run out of steam and breath, mostly breath, and is just and just almost as if all that tension, all that sternness just and she just falls like a lot of stern bones and just
Agnes, are you all right? Sylvia will sheath her sword and move to help Agnes to her feet.
yeah, I think she's almost like a bit absent-minded as you help her up. Like, thank you. Uh, she, I think she almost absently looks around before she goes, my lady, you're not supposed to be here. You could have been killed. That
Oh,
monster.
Yes, I understand.
No, the one that. Smelling salt. Just a moment. I think she pulls out her own smelling salt.
Which is cocaine. Go on.
Different medicine.
Thank goodness for water and medicine. My lady, why are you even here?
I'm here because if my father taught me one thing, it is that one must be right by family. And so I've come to seek my vengeance against my father's killer.
Who would be?
The young man who has absconded off with, just to clarify, I don't know who Heathcliff is. Okay. The young man
That is
who was
correct.
absconded off by some sort of stable master.
You mean young Master Sebastian?
Yes, indeed. I heard his confession with my own ears.
Oh. Young Master Sebastian's only ever fought against his own peers. Don't think he has the stomach for murder. But the monster that took him, on the other hand.
Monster.
We should get you somewhere where you can't be seen. Come on.
Sylvia looks more bothered than actually like resistant, and she'll let Agnes like lead her away somewhere.
Yeah. As I go in, I look over at our local butler, McMahon. Please be more stern. Thank you. We're going to need a few moments.
You have 23 minutes.
Excellent. Is there anywhere we can have tea? I should serve my daughter, at least some tea.
And just gesture to probably one of the side parlors. The ones that
Yeah.
or like a study, something that has a door that can close.
Yeah, probably a side
Thick
parlor, which,
drapery.
very inappropriate for a servant's daughter, but she knows.
It's
sees
one of the
down.
ones that's not used as much. It's like if for overflow, so it'll be a little more out of the way. Yeah.
I think to calm myself, because I need to do like familiar actions, right? Making sure everything's polished, pour the tea, set it to the side, make sure you have some biscuits. I'm gonna go just adjust
Chamomile.
this. There you are, my lady. Please. Do you explain why you believe that Lord Sebastian, of all people, you said he confessed to murder?
She has a troubled look on her face, like she's been thinking about something, and she looks out of the window, kind of towards like the more woodsy, naturey part of the area. Tell me, is Lawrence still employed by the house?
Yes, he certainly is.
I would not think he would lend a stranger the master's horse. I hope he's all right.
You're right. She just like leans back like, oh my god. Like, and she snaps. I will go check on Lauren. But would you please at least finish some of your tea first, my lady? And
As you
perhaps
wish.
calm yourself.
I am very calm.
Good. I do not think Lord Sebastian did it. He, well, for one thing, would never.
I heard him confess to his own mother, no less.
I'm
He
afraid
seemed
there's been a
proud.
misunderstanding. The lords here were trying to convict Sienna. Lady Sienna. I heard through what I could.
You were not there, Agnes. I heard the hate in the young man's voice. And hate is a most addicting poison. You did not see him protest using his words to wind me down with the shackles of noble cause and decorum and process and honor. The lives of someone who is attempting to weasel out of their due penance. I am that penance.
My lady, what you just said, all of that, that's just men. He's not the bollocks on him to do any of that. Now, the other one, on the other hand, that one was fond of Satan.
And who was that man?
A nemesis of your father's. The reason why we decided to place you in my care, my lady.
She does kind of soften at that.
You ought to know now. I'll tell Reginald later. It's not like we're going to be living good lives after all this, after all. You deserve to know the truth. The reason you were placed under my care, my lady, was because of what happened to her ladyship, your mother, and, of course, the young lord who was your brother. That monster in the form of a man was responsible for the deaths. And your father, good-natured as he was, he couldn't bear the thought of you hurt. And so it was lucky that her ladyship and I had a child around the similar time. And eventually, his lordship caught the monster and, well, as I said, men don't usually have the bollocks for that kind of thing, except that one.
Sylvie will put like a comforting hand on your shoulder and you'll feel her. There's an earnest squeeze of like her trying to show support.
Yeah, she places a hand on yours. You know, I do care for you like you are my own, but
Agnes, I question many things in this life. Your care is not one of them.
thank you. Though, don't you let the other servants know. There must be someone here to keep order. Well, other than Reginald.
So what happens? What happens now?
Well, I suppose I should tell Reginald that young Lord Sebastian's been kidnapped and most likely will be murdered in the forest, just like those poor people that were also killed, and your father. If he... Oh, Olivia. Excuse me. She just like kind of hangs on to the fucking armchair because she's a servant. She does not dare sit in front of her ladyship, but she will lean like, oh.
hear a knocking at the door. I heard my name. Is everything all right, miss?
Please go check the larder, Olivia.
Of course, miss. I'll be checking the larder. Would you like some tea? I've been practicing.
I've made tea.
There's a pause. Would you like some more tea?
I know.
Make sure her ladyship is being served properly.
Oh, of
Something
course.
soothing.
Soothing tea.
Yes.
Gotcha.
That one is a handful.
Agnes, I feel as if you're worried for naught. The young man was not ripped from vengeance's grasp to be killed. He was saved.
He was saved, your ladyship? That monster's the one who killed your family.
Isn't
Every
that
one of them.
interesting? That the nemesis of my father would be consorting with the killer of my father.
Do you... I think perhaps you might take Reginald's words more than mine. I know you believe I'm biased because of my...
Oh.
I could hear the hatred.
Hold on one sec.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
No.
Everything froze for me for a minute too, so.
Let me see.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh. I'm seeing
What is
live
it?
but frozen.
I'm seeing an
Okay.
ad.
Okay. Don't love that.
Starbeam?
Starbeam chocolate milk.
Beam
Oh,
chocolate.
now we're off.
Okay.
That's
Now
a
I'm seeing.
thing.
I'm seeing live but that weird blue.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, we reconnected. Reconnection successful.
Hmm.
That was strange. Big. Yeah, we should be hopefully good now. Just apparently a bit of
Olivia
unstable
tripped
internet.
over the main electrical cable.
She tripped
We're
over
back.
specifically my Ethernet cord. So if you could just repeat that last couple words you guys said, because I didn't catch it either.
I could hear the hatred in his voice. It was real.
What?
It was confident.
He's a young man, my lady. They're confident about everything they're wrong about. And, if I may, you weren't there at the will reading. It was quite a spectacle.
How so?
I mean, she kind of looks around. Did you hear about the raised taxes?
I'm just going to note that none of the servants were in the room, so you can only have gossip.
I am
And
assuming
do
the
we
gossip
have-
was that he's done the raise taxes, and like a lot of people came out angrily. Was I believe the
Mhm.
Yes.
I don't know the full details, but it did not look good. Everyone came out with faces like storms. Still, whatever it is, I'm convinced that Lord Sebastian is but another victim of that creature. That thing speaks with the tongue of serpents, you know. Lies and honey at every bit. It's how he was able to be hired by all those years ago. Just a boy, but capable of murder.
Just a boy and capable of murder.
Not like Lord Sebastian. As I said, that one has a spawn of the devil. His entire line is cursed as far as I'm concerned.
You are very confident on this. And I'm not so stubborn to ignore your words. My father was one of plots and plans. I find the direct approach much more preferable. I am not fully convinced, but I am not as foolish to just kill a man based on my truth. I will hear the words again from his own mouth. At the tip of my blade if necessary. And if he confesses once more, then I will be fully confident to seek my vengeance in full.
Then I do pray to the Lord that he protects and keeps Sebastian safe, because whatever's going on that wood, it's not godly. Now, there does happen to be a small smidge of an issue, my lady.
Oh, do tell.
Are you coming here to claim your inheritance or seek vengeance, or perhaps a bit of both?
I am the rightful heir, am I not?
As far as his lordship was concerned, I don't know. I believe he left more of his truths with Reginald. Should I fetch him for you, my lady?
She takes a sip of the tea. Of course, if Reginald has time, he is a very busy man.
Perhaps we can swap. Someone needs to keep the house in order, of course, at all times, but perhaps he might know more of the legislative details.
Just to make sure you understand, though, Agnes, I do not intend to be a secret for much longer.
My lady, you've been a secret most of your life. Of course I know that. Just, I hope that at least you and Lady Sienna would get along somewhat. You're the same age, after all.
Perhaps. As long as she's not a plotter like my father, I find that sort of person to be rather interesting in an annoying way.
The poor lady's married once. I believe that plotting is just self-defense at this point. Do wait just a moment. I'll fetch you some fresh scones as well to go with that.
You
And,
hear her muttering about something about everyone being learn swordsmanship when they're growing up. It's a lot simpler. You can solve most of your problems that way.
Yeah, it's like, she's so cool, this girl. She's like, this girl. I raised this one. And, well, we'll go off and find Reginald to swap with info dumps.
But I believe that will be the end of that scene. Oh, yes. Lindy, Prince, and myself have scenes yet to have for your vignettes, visitations yet to have. Who's up? I have resolve tokens. One
You
of you
don't wanna
two,
go?
or it's me.
I don't know. I'll go.
Why
I've got 5 minutes left in this finger stretching torture device, and I want to RP after that.
not? Okay.
My second round of PT for the day, and I'm like, oh.
Then let us avoid it no longer.
Hmm.
Let's have Jamal meet with his mother.
Excellent. Where?
Is it a nice day out?
It is a nice day. It's a nice day for vengeance, for strolling.
We'll have tea in the gazebo.
Oh, the gazebo.
Yeah.
Your mother is there, and she has with her 2 handmaidens, and she's expected a good set of food and hors d'oeuvres, which I imagine are there. I'm sure our downstairs characters have had a lovely time being quite present to make sure all of these things are done properly. All of them. And she is there, and she's looking she's been taking in the estate. You know, she's sort of wandered about the estate, um, seeing everything about it. And she looks at you and she says, Jamal, why are you not doing the things that you need to do?
What things would you call those, Mother? I feel like I have been quite busy doing the things that must have been done, but certain plans have gone awry. Yes, I think that is the right word to say.
I think you are spending more time with trying to please your father.
Should I not? I mean, what other choice was I given?
Your father likes to give no choices. But you are your own man.
Everyone keeps telling me this, but it does not seem that that has been the case. Either my strings are being pulled, or I drink until I can't remember that that is the case.
Yes, I have heard that you are drinking so much. This is not my son. My son does not drink like an English person.
Hmm.
Jamal,
Yes, Mother.
I am going to tell you a story of a man.
Is this one of those stories where you go and you try to teach me a hard lesson that I will probably promptly ignore?
One day you
I
will
say
stop
this out of
ignoring.
love to save your time.
Mm. Your father is not warm. And one time, many years ago, someone from another country sailed into our port. A man with sad eyes, a romantic heart, who had lost someone he loved very much, and was traveling the world to find himself. And I found him. He stayed with us. And he was unlike anyone I have ever met. He would read to me poetry. He was kind. He was kind to those high and also low. And we fell in love. He said that he thought he would fall in love with no one after his wife died. But here it was. That said, it was not to be. I was married, and I could not leave. Your father learned of what happened between Earl Grey and I, and that was not pleasant. Earl had to leave for everyone's honor, to both of our sorrow. And when I learned that I was blessed with you, and you were born, and I saw your small hands and your eyes with so much curiosity, you are my favorite of all of my children. And I understand that your father, the chief, has always been cold and hard. And I could not always support you in public the way I wish. But I did my best to support you. All of the others, the other children, they all have more love from everyone at court. But you did not get so much love. And so I tried so hard to support you and find ways for you to find something. So you spend this time in the home of the man I loved who I never got to see. This home I never got to see. I hope that you would do more to live a life for you, one that would give you a better future, one where you are not always trying to please a man who is hard to please.
Apparently, I was trying to please several men who were hard to please. Earl Grey did not exactly take a liking to me.
Did you tell him?
I did not get a chance to. But for whatever reason, I was at the reading of his will.
You, I understand, were born. One moment, small retcon. This was before they had their relationship before he married Sienna's mother. This is early days. Because Jamal is older than Sienna.
No, we're working up the lore. There was
Yeah.
another woman before, and she.
Yes, he's a sad, dreamy, melancholy lad. He has a lot of feelings. They are grey. I always wished that you and he could have a relationship. I'm sorry that he was not if he knew you were his son, I am certain that he would have embraced you. He was a very kind man.
That is not what the people here say about him. Not at all. And that is not what the others who were subjected to his ire. Even his young grandson was, well, he had a bad time, to say the least. There were vases thrown, and lots of shards being strewn across the hallways. And Lady Sienna, also bad time for her as well.
This does not make any sense. Earl was not, he was a very kind man. Perhaps one of his only faults was that he was perhaps sometimes too kind, too willing to sacrifice.
Many men can be kind when they are trying to get between a set of legs.
Watch your mouth. You will respect your mother. Hmm?
I do respect you, mother. I am just saying that I am a man and I know many men.
Are you such a man? That is what I've heard.
What if I was? These people here do not care about me.
You need
the
to care about
only reason
yourself.
I am still here is because Nafisa is here. And perhaps Shaka.
How have you done for finding a good match for Nafisa?
Well,
Jamal.
There is a young Lord Trafford.
Does he have good prospects?
The prospects here of the women's? Nafisa is a great prospect in this case because the competition is not very desirable.
There is no competition for Nafisa.
Of course
But-
not.
Because of that, we want her to have a good match.
I am doing the best that I can.
Jamal, you have asked me to share that Shaka is your brother.
Yes, I would prefer to not have to continue to have him hate me. Much as what
We'll do
has
this.
been done by me, by the way of Shaka, has been driven by my father, though I cannot blame everything on his own person, as my cruelty has not been entirely driven by Papa.
She takes your hands. Jamal, where is my little boy who would laugh? You are not cruel. Do not let the desire for approval from someone who is unkind make you also unkind.
How do
Be
you
a
manage
better
to stay
man.
the person that you are, Mother?
When your father is cruel to me, as he has been so long, because his pride is wounded, I would think I have some of the most beautiful children in all of the world. Do not make me cry.
I do not wish to make you cry, Mother. I am sorry.
I wish for you to be the lion I know that you can be. Regal and brave. Commanding but kind. I wish you to make our family something new, with more opportunity for all of us in new ways. And I have heard that you spend your time drinking and whoring as if you were a British nobleman. You are better than that. We are not degenerate like these English. We have honor, and we have a rich tapestry. Who are you going to marry? Who do you
Who-
love?
Hold on. Slow down just a second.
I am
Don't-
your mother. You are not yet engaged, as far as I know. I have no grandchildren.
Well, let us go back just a little bit. I have not been drinking for a little while and preparation for you visiting. So I think I should at least get a little bit of credit for that.
She pats you in the cheek. I always give you credit.
Yes, and
you
I
want
will
to
probably
be-
need a little bit more to continue to draw prospects.
If you are drinking for some plan, plotting like your father,
I
let us
do
just
not
be
want to
honest.
like my father.
Good.
Either one of them, to be honest with you.
Do you have your eye on someone?
Perhaps, but I do not think that this is a particularly advantageous opportunity.
Jamal, I married for tradition. I gave my heart, but I could not follow it. It went off into the ocean and the sea in a boat. I wish for you to marry for your heart, and also that you find a prospect for Nafisa who is honorable and will make her happy. You have been here a long time, and time is running short.
Mother, she is only 19.
Yeah.
The English marry young.
What you said just a moment ago that we do not have to be like the English.
No, no. Jamal, you are the man of the house here in England. So you must do your job, your duty. To me, to Nafisa, and to yourself. I am in the moment mourning the loss of my love.
I am sorry for this, Mama. I do hope that Lord Grey was much better than he was to the many people who are here. He's raised the taxes on the poor, and they are very, very unhappy.
This does not seem like the Earl that I know. He was unique in that most nobles do not care about the people so much. He did. He was kind to all servants, chieftains, wives. I do not know what happened to him in these years. But the Earl Grey I know was sweet and kind.
Mother, there is a rumor that is going around that Earl Grey murdered his wife and child.
No, no, no. That I cannot accept. I do not believe this. He would not. He is not a man to be violent. Was not a man to be violent.
A man should know how to defend himself. Whether the title of violence goes upon you or not. I have taught young Sebastian how to defend himself.
Hmm.
The boy is quite adept. Perhaps a little ambitious.
Ambition is not bad if it is tempered with wisdom.
It is on a 16-year-old boy.
Well,
As someone who was once a 16-year-old boy, yes.
it is good that you are taking care of this family. You are, after all, well, the man of the household.
I will try to be a better man of this household, mother.
You are a good man. You just need to let it out.
That sounds like a long journey. But I suppose for you and for Nafisa, I will continue along that path.
I need to know, who do I have to watch out for in the whist tournament?
Oh.
Hmm?
I would think that, I would say my friend Solange Montfort. Solange
Hmm.
is deceptive.
Hmm.
She's wonderful, but is deceptive.
She is wonderful, you say.
Not like that, mother. No, no.
Are you sure?
I do believe that Solange may not be into twigs and berries.
Ah, she's like some of the wives. Well, it is a shame. I long to hear you wax romantic about someone.
Perhaps I will have more stories for you later, before you leave, mother.
This woman, Solange's aunt, I think. Naomi, we were on the carriage together. She is interesting. She is a force.
Should I meet this Naomi?
She is too old for you.
Perhaps,
Young man?
perhaps not. Yes, mother.
Too old for you? Jamal. This place, I think, could use someone like you. Someone with a different worldview. And then I could come move in.
I knew there was something more to that.
Mm.
I will always take care of you, Mama.
I will always take care of you. I love you. You are my heart. I got on this boat all the way from South Africa, all the way here to this cold
It is
place.
a terrible, terrible trip across the sea. Every time that I've taken this trip, I have been very, very sad.
Yes, and it is cold here. And the food is so terrible. They have no spices.
No spices.
I am watching you.
Don't watch
All of your
close.
ancestors are watching you. Know that each one of your ancestors gives you strength and courage to do the right thing.
Yes, Mama.
I will not have you being cruel.
Then perhaps you should talk to Shaka.
I will talk to many people. I think I will like living here when you take over this place.
Yes, Mama.
Good.
Pat her hand. Give her a little
Huh?
hug. And
No, no. She does not let you leave the hug. No, you must stay here in the hug. Kiss this big, warm, huge hug. And she's wearing a perfume that sort of smells not the sort of like the kind of rosy floral, but kind of a bit more of a jasmine. And she says, no, no, no. I have had my son
off
in
behind
my
her
arms
back.
first time. No, no. And then it's like just a big hug. And there's just like, no, she's not gonna let you go that easily. She's gonna keep you there just a little bit longer than you might like. Then she fixes your hair,
Okay, okay.
straightens
Mama.
your collar.
Somebody might see us.
A little dirt. And she like gets a little
Stop.
bit of
Mom thumb.
No, just mom thumb.
Mother, I am 36 years old.
You are still a child in my heart. It's 36. You're not 36 until you're married. Okay.
Goodbye, Mama.
Okay. Love you.
I love you too.
I want a fiance for my daughter.
And scene.
And scene. Lindy.
Yeah. I'm out of the torture device and I've got a baby.
Cats are torture devices.
Don't listen to him.
You
Yes.
better get. Jamal needs to get some people married. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, himself apparently included in that number. That is interesting. I have 2 appointments. I'm just gonna be a little early for one of them. You know, just try to
Mm.
a little early. And that would be with Sienna, I think. So.
I don't remember why we wanted to talk, to be completely honest. It was
That
so
is a
long
great
ago.
question. It was 2 whole weeks ago. Can we remember why? You sent me a letter.
I did.
You were
I don't know
madly
what the
in
letter
love.
says.
I believe it was because Sienna asked for space, so she had some room to process, and then she's like, "Okay, I'm ready to talk now." But that's just my brain.
And then yeah, you wanted room to process, and then Sebastian was like, "I'm gonna take the credit." That's the only things I can think of that happened since.
Okay.
I don't. If you don't, I'll just meet with Jamal instead.
We're died. We're dead, I think.
We're dead. Oh
Mhm.
shoo Nikes.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think you should meet with Jamal because I don't fucking remember. I
don't
don't
remember
I'm
why.
so sorry.
So sorry I missed tea, and you'd be like,
I thought
"Oh
we were
yes, we
all-
were supposed
you
to
were all
have tea."
madly in love with
Oh
him again.
yes.
But we
We were-
died right after the scene, so it was a perfect moment.
And I think we're back. So, yes. I don't know. It's like solid, drop, and then it goes back to being solid. I don't know what's up. I'm gonna blame hurricane that he wasn't even in my area. So we're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with grid. I don't know. We should be back. We should be back. We should be good.
I don't see us up.
No, it says we're up.
Mine's still showing that we're offline.
Shake chat. Can you?
I saw us, and then it froze again for me.
Oh, hello chat.
we go.
Can you? We're back. Thanks, Pope. Right, lovely. So, I'm gonna meet with one of my appointments that I had. It's gonna be with Jamal.
I believe that Sienna and Imogen wanted to talk about the family, the Greys. I believe.
I'll give Nugget some time to think about that because
fine.
I know for sure that I was gonna meet up with Jamal at some point. So maybe I'll just be a little late. That'll be fine.
Didn't you skip out on
Um,
hooking up with Jamal the night before? Because
No,
you were like,
that was for the next day. It was yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
Were you going to meet with John the Page?
You know, we never set up an appointment, John the Page
Ah.
and I. Yep.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Weirdly enough, that
Couldn't
fish
find
wrapper
any.
contained no appointment. That's yep. So I'm gonna be in the garden, waiting for Jamal in the little hedge maze area because that's the perfect place to meet up. Because I'm exploring my options. It's that or Lawrence, so I figure we'll go with Jamal first.
Jamal comes with a single flower in his hand, a daisy.
like picked on the way over.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And then he,
Irish. Oi. I'd remember.
Imogen,
Oh, Lord Balfour. Little curtsy.
this is for you.
Oh, thank you. Just tuck it in her hair.
Beautiful. So I am sure that you have heard less than stellar things about me.
Mixed reviews, one could say.
But I do believe that I am more than the sum of the parts of the rumors that float about this estate. I would like to hope that young Sebastian has said nice things about me.
Yes, Sebastian and Solange are filled with nothing but nice things to say.
Indeed, I was definitely hoping that Solange would say nice things about me, but Solange might know things that are not so nice about me. I am a man who's trying to be a better man.
I'm sorry, you cut out a bit. Could you repeat that last one?
I said that I am a man who's trying to be a better man than I was before.
Quite an aspirational goal, and a good one. I myself am trying to distance myself from some unpleasant things.
Such as, if you do not mind my asking.
I would say, to put it short, my mother is incredibly, I suppose very bluntly, would be manipulative and overbearing.
This is actually quite relatable. It's less my mother, but my father is. Well, let's just say the reasons that I am here have changed as of recent times.
For the better, I hope.
Yes, of course, the better. I am sorry, but I do have to ask because young Lord Sebastian would not be completely honest with me about this. He mostly just turned very pink and avoided the subject. But there is a rumor that you and young Lord Sebastian.
Oh. Yes,
I do not believe these rumors, but I.
No, that rumor would be definitely incorrect.
Then it is a boy crush. To be
Say
fair, I
that.
understand.
Oh, you're too kind. And she's got a look on her face that she's mulling over something as she's got a necklace on, but it goes down into the bosom. And so she's just kind of toying
And Jamal
with that
is trying
chain.
his damnedest not to look and absolutely looking anyway.
Yes. She doesn't notice because she's deep in thought and just. I suppose that there's
Yes.
no reason to keep it particularly quiet. The reason that Lord Sebastian and myself cannot be a thing is because we are somewhat related.
That will need some. That would need some expanding upon.
I would be his aunt, step aunt, half aunt. It's like going through like which would be the proper. You know, there's so many twice removed. I believe half aunt would be.
You are the daughter of Lord Grey.
And she'll pull out the necklace, and on the end is the signet ring.
Well, fuck.
And her eyes go
And Jamal
big
just
at your
says that out
well.
loud.
Fuck. I'm terribly sorry. As it would.
That is unfortunate news. Because he does not seem like he was a great father.
Not particularly. Didn't know until very recently, and well, you knew his attitude.
Yes. Well,
Sort of why I came to the manor, really.
well, he was also my father.
Oh! Oh. Well, I'm terribly glad we found out now, and not if later that could have been.
Yes.
Did you get to tell him?
No, he died. Well,
He took a very quick turn.
I was supposed to have killed him, but I did not do it.
Oh! No,
I suppose
think,
it doesn't matter now.
I think someone else did it.
Yes, I am fairly certain that someone else did it, and it was not even the person that I had intended on having
that you were
Don't
have-
think too much about it.
all right. I'll keep that to myself. I think my uncle might have killed
Your uncle.
my mother's side.
Okay. This place is a very complicated and fucked up place.
It seems to be getting more
Sending-
complicated by the day. Does Sienna know?
No.
Right. I told her about myself because Sebastian.
So wait, I have 2 sisters, 3 sisters
So it was
on this estate.
half sisters. Nafisa, myself.
My mother is going to be so disappointed that there are no truly eligible prospects on this estate.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I was also looking for. Again, Solange and Sebastian had nothing but nice things to say about.
Yes, I think Solange has many nice things to say about you.
Yes. She's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very coy.
Well, this has been enlightening in a way that I did not expect.
Likewise. Well, I guess it's good to have family that isn't absolutely terrible.
I feel very awkward that I had. Well,
I'll burn the letter.
I apologize for the. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Not a problem. Better now than later. Wasn't planning on, but then I just got I got a letter from Earl Grey post-mortem, and it had this, and I was just,
They sent you a letter post-mortem.
But I received a letter post-mortem. It might have been his lawyer that sent it or something. I don't know where it came from entirely, but it showed up. It's a very nice letter, nicer than anything he ever said to me during the past, year of him being alive. He had his reason.
Well, it was nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you. An awkward handshake. Did you hear about the prisoner in the basement?
I have heard the words that there was a prisoner. That has also not surprised me given the situation. You know of this prisoner.
I've heard, yes. Think he might be my.
This prisoner is potentially part of another Grey family.
Oh, you know that bit as much then. Yes, that would be correct. My mother
Your
was
life
very
is far more
conniving.
complicated than mine.
Well, I don't know about that. There's things going on for both of us. I'm trying to put some distance between that, but it seems to be. The more I try to do that, the more family members I just meet. So, I don't know if that's helping it. It's very nice to meet you. Look out for murderers.
I am
So-
pretty adept at defending myself, but I appreciate the warning.
So here's the thing.
I know. We were in the
Y'all are-
garden.
Y'all are in the garden together,
Yeah. We sure are.
you know,
Uh-huh.
in the garden together, and some people here have not the best reputation, you know, and I feel like it would make sense if this might be overseen and misunderstood what's
Mm.
happening here right now.
Overseen by who and misunderstood in what way?
Yes, this is what I'm thinking. Well, I do know that Jamal is a bit of a vulture, disrespectful, has some impiety.
Oh,
And I also
impiety's
know
a pretty good one.
Yeah, and I also know that Image has a lack of dignity, and is also an interloper,
Yeah.
and is also rude to be having affairs with all sorts of people. I feel as if we need to have somebody who will find this the most inappropriate thing ever and get the wrong idea. And who would be the best person to be scandalized and upset by what they're seeing? There's so many options here.
There's so many. Which would you like?
I know. There's so many really good options.
Yeah.
Oh,
Most of
There-
Jamal's would work, and half of mine would work.
oh yeah. I mean,
All of mine,
many,
actually. Any of ours would work, because crisscrossing.
so many people. I feel like an affair should be assumed. Some sort
Sure.
of inappropriate affair. That's
I
exciting.
only like to have rumors of affairs with me family members.
That's really good. But I think the question becomes, who will be, and also whoever is going to overhear this has heard this conversation about all of y'all's parentage. So that's very exciting. At least bits of it. Now, who will be the most delicious person here for this is what I think is the question. Well, plotting to take over the estate, obviously. So making you all seem fairly nefarious and also perverse. So we want some people who will find this all perverse and also nefarious. In a way that would be a problem for everyone.
What about someone who was told that they should kill Jamal? Just putting it out there.
There's so many exciting people here who could just hear this.
There's a lot.
And some of them are all of yours. Yes, I just feel like this is a moment for people to somebody overhear this and get the absolutely wrong idea in ways that will be bad for everyone, or just some people. And I really feel like that should happen. How about...
I'm almost tempted to be like Jamal's mother. Like, he said you were gonna stop cavorting with ladies. Or
Yeah, but
maybe,
that's not nearly
but if
as
she
good enough. We
doesn't
need somebody
hear,
like
she
that.
does see it, yeah.
I think it should be Lord Trafford.
Which one?
Papa
Chadwick
Trafford.
or more? Papa Trafford. Ooh.
Husband of Sienna.
Of Sienna.
Because he will have overheard that these are two illegitimate children, illegitimate siblings of his wife, including that one who is older than his wife, and that they're perhaps plotting against his wife. This seems like it's some kind of
Does
devilish
Sienna
sort of
know?
way.
He's like, oh.
I feel like... what is Lord Trafford's name, by the way? What's his first name?
I thought you had a name for him. Is it Morris?
Morris is the younger son. Chadwick's the
Morris
older
is
son.
Chadwick.
I like Morris. Morris is a
Correct.
sweetheart.
Morris is a sweetheart.
Conwell is a great name for him. It's a chud name
Conwell?
if I ever heard one. Lord
Baron
Conwell
Conwell?
Trafford.
Conwell Trafford. We're gonna go with Count, because I believe he's a count. Count Conwell Trafford. Yes, I feel like Count Conwell Trafford should overhear bits of this and think terrible, terrible things about what's going on, including the information about the original Greys. This is all sorts of bad information for him to learn, and I love it. And I would like to offer resolve tokens from your negative reputation tags. I would like to offer Jamal a tag for his impiety, and Imogen.
Well, if
for
it's more
your-
based on the inheritance and stuff, not as much of an affair, I think Vulture would be more appropriate.
Vulture and Interloper.
Yeah, that checks out. I'll accept that from Lord Trafford.
So I would lose that tag after this?
You would.
Good.
You would. And you would get a resolve token instead.
Okay. Sure.
All right.
You both lose those tags. You lose your broke, by the way.
Probation. Woo!
And
I
Mhm.
lose broke
And what-
because I'm still at 3.
Yeah, you still broke.
Oh, you are. Never mind. You get to keep it. But this means that
no longer probation.
Lord Conwell Trafford has heard that an original Grey, which means his wife is not an original Grey, and that they are somehow very inappropriately conspiring against his wife.
Yep.
He now knows this.
Yep.
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 I believe I get to pick a visitation
Ew,
scene right
that was
now.
delightfully awkward.
It really was.
It was so good.
I would like to have well, I know what I want. I would like to offer a resolve token. I would like to offer a resolve token for Imogen
Yeah.
to visit the stables before anyone else gets a chance to do so,
Okay.
and for Lawrence to be there unconscious and injured and needing help. You know, needing needing ministrations because a bit of a blow to the head, you know, a bit of
So terrible.
dramatic
And I get a resolve
dramatic-
token for this?
well, see, I actually don't think the resolve token would go to you.
I don't think it would
I
either. I
think-
think it would go to Saoirse.
I think it would as well. So I would like to offer a resolve token to Saoirse for your half sister to find your beloved unconscious and bleeding and needing help.
What about poor Lawrence getting his ass whooped? He don't get no result
Oh,
token
you'll
out
be
of
fine.
this.
You'll be fine.
It's okay. Sad boy's just a plot point. It's fine. I will take that resolve token.
Okay.
Uh-huh. I hand this resolve token to you. And so for my visitation, it is between Imogen and Sad Boy Lawrence. And
Hey.
it could have been Saoirse who got there first, but the resolve token says that it actually goes to
I'm on the way back from that really awkward meeting in the maze, and I'm like, "Whew, you know what? Maybe there's at least one guy here who's not related to me, one eligible person. So let's check out that stables on our way. Take off some of this awkward. Oh no, he's unconscious. I mean,
oh no.
oh no, he's unconscious.
I would like to also point out that he is aware that Imogen is Saoirse's sister. So
Yeah.
he knows everything.
Imogen does not know this.
No, Imogen doesn't. But
Has no idea.
Lawrence does.
Yep. And he got a letter from me. So, you know, that's fine. Yep. I'm going to go, oh dear, and like rush over.
By the way, for the record, this is that kind of blow to the head that like leaves you hot. You know what I mean? Like kind of sexy injury.
One step ahead of you, man. I
Oh,
grab
yeah.
out my handkerchief and I like plunge it into the horse trough because, you know, that's just right there. And I immediately start, you know, dabbing. Oh, are you all right? What happened? Definitely head in lap because it's easier to dab, you know, and like get a look at the injury. Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
You've got quite a
Then hit
blow
me.
on your head. Don't sit up too quickly. Quite a nasty bruise there.
They Lady Imogen, why are you here?
But I was just passing by and I saw you sprawled out on the ground, so I rushed over. Sure you're alright? I mean, blood?
He's like,
You
"Oh,
might be running a fever.
where's the Lord's horse? Someone took a horse."
That explains why you're unconscious. Horse thief.
Then he sort of realizes where he is
Uh-huh.
and how
And at
awkward
this
this
moment-
is.
And it's so awkward. Can I just offer just one more resolve token? Just one more, if you don't
One
mind.
more, yeah.
Also to Lady Sienna, I'm not sorry, to Saoirse. I just feel like it would be awesome if Saoirse would be here now and
Just
see
appear
this
now.
very
Yeah.
compromising and awkward moment. I just feel
yeah.
like, yeah, cool,
Yeah. No buts. Yeah.
great, yeah,
No buts.
absolutely.
No buts.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So right now, in the lap, dabbing there together in the stables, him realizing that it's awkward. Please go on.
Trying to like roll off, like because he
Please,
can't
don't-
quite sit up.
Don't sip too quickly. Here, let me help you. Yeah.
Saoirse's just. I don't think she's been noticed yet. She's just standing in like the doorway of
Oh.
the stables.
100%
Just-
yes.
Saoirse,
Saoirse, do you have any
he
bandages?
tries to stand up and then falls back
Whoa,
over.
no, no.
Am I interrupting?
No, I got hit, and then
It's unconscious on the ground, and then the Earl Grey's horse is missing.
Right. Sure. And I think she just turns around and
And Imogen
leaves.
has a look of confusion,
Didn't-
like,
Didn't see the blood. Nothing. Just.
why is she so mad? Because Imogen has no idea.
Nope. Lawrence knows though.
Saoirse,
She's not going to help. What?
Saoirse.
fucking rude.
stop. She's
She's
gonna be really upset.
Why would she be very upset? I mean, obviously you being on ground and unconscious is quite upsetting, but
I know.
no, what? At this point, there's just so much fucking shit to know.
I know the family stuff.
Oh, she told you we're sisters. Good.
Yes. Oh, she probably thinks that there's something, which would make sense. It seems like your mother would do that sort of thing, possibly.
Oh, she's told you about her mother. Are you two close?
Yes.
I want amnesia. Go on.
Now, not enough resolve tokens for that one. I
That would be a good one, though.
asked her to marry me.
That makes a lot more sense now. I'm so sorry. Ooh, she's going to be very mad. She's going to
Help me
be.
to the bench over here.
Oh yes, of course, sure. Yes, no. Just, I didn't know you were a thing at all. She told me nothing about you. So, terribly sorry if I overstepped anything. I was just. You were bleeding a lot.
No, thank you. That was a very awkward time for her to show up.
It's been a fucking awkward day, I'm not going to lie to you.
Can you talk to her? Tell her to come back or something?
Oh, we might want to wait for her to cool down a little bit. And make sure you're not concussed.
I'm pretty sure I'm concussed.
Alright, I'm going to go get Reginald. Or someone. I'm gonna get someone who can get a doctor. Check your head out.
Okay.
Just just there. Just well, no, that would be. I like. I grab like a different rag off of like from like the bench elsewhere, and I dip it and I just keep this on your head. This will save you trouble. So turn around, just putting no fucking edible men in the, what is 2-mile radius of this thing? Just marching out, going to go ask someone to get poor Lawrence some actual medical attention.
I believe that actually brings us to our break. So that when we come back, we get to have our second round of visitations.
I tried to distance myself from these schemes and plots, but no one's fucking able to marry me, so I guess we just gotta go Gray. Ooh.
I feel like Jamal is in the same place right now. This is fucked.
This is fucked. What are we all related? And on that note,
there are some very eligible people. Heathcliff, but he's in love with Olivia.
I can't marry my uncle either. I'm ultra
that's fair.
fucked, and he's not gonna. Yeah, no, we're both fucked, and not a good way. So, we'll be back. We're gonna have a bit of a break. See you all then. Woohoo! We're back after some great backroom chatter, and moral lessons have been learned that I'm not sure if they're the right ones, but they're the ones we said. So
there's some.
There's something. Back to visitations.
Back to visitations. We are having our second half of our visitations, and I will not allow myself to go first, even though I love these things. Does anyone have a visitation they would like to do? We are currently a bit out from a big whist tournament, and there is a lot going on right now. A lot
of awkwardness.
Before the Grand Dame goes and plays her whist tournament, it'd be really nice because I need to ask my Tantine a couple of questions actually. So if anyone has thing that's super urgent, feel free. Otherwise, I've had this just sitting on the back burner for a bit for me.
Ew.
I'm excited for Solange and Noémie to have their moment. We've had one Grand Dame talk to her son, and now I feel like we need to have the next Grand Dame to talk to her niece. Where will this take place?
Probably somewhere on the inside, because I believe it is still of the height of fashion not to get tanned.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, don't get tan. That'd be terrible. What are you, some kind of peasant?
Yeah, vitamin D. Anyways, let's get back to. Yeah, I think probably having tea, because the French do love their tea as well. Not as much as the English, but they do like their tea. Probably more pastries. That's what they're sharing at the moment. Probably Solange, after seeing Tantine for the longest time, to be like, let's have some food, let's have some drink, and also I want to show you the latest music that I've learned from a female composer whom I'm just so interested in recently. Because Solange does, of course, like most noble women, is a show horse. Sorry, what? They, she spends a lot of time practicing her arts, and she wants to make sure her aunt knows that the investments are going well. So probably doing that. Just a quick little after she's played some music, some food, that sort of scene.
You have a nice harpsichord going on.
Yeah. Sit down and be like, so Tantine, I do hope it's not too much to ask, but do you think I should be widowed at the age of almost 19?
Hard to be widowed when you weren't even married.
About that, Tantine, there is something you do not know about. And also, didn't you say you had something to tell me in the letter? Maybe you should go first. It has been so long.
Yeah. I have things to tell you.
Yes, you do, apparently.
That I am not aware of. Be the player. I will
This is when you make up something outrageous. Just go on.
Yeah, okay. I will say Noemi's. Tea is 1/4 tea, 3/4 brandy.
Excellent.
Because yes.
So now we know she dies from liver
Already
failure.
like her. Let's
I'm here
go.
for
Stop trying to fuck my
Um,
aunt. Stop.
Ooh.
She's a hot Sophia Loren, is all I'm saying.
And we'll
she
all be
is.
related. Do it.
Jesus. I have plenty of things to tell you, my darling, but beauty before age. I know that means I should go first, however. You're more than welcome to.
Oh. Why, thank you for your grace. So, she just slides over the marriage papers from Earl Grey. All it needs is my signature.
Mm.
He was, as you said, a very nice man. Not as nice in the end, but it seemed it was all. Well, I do not know what it was, but it was not nice in the end.
Yes, he was a man of very numerous machinations.
This being one of them. It could fulfill your conditions for me. I just wanted to know if you wanted me to be a widow or not. Not that I'm against it. Being free to do whatever I want is something that does appeal to me.
Being a widow definitely does have its advantages. I would know. I've been a widow most of my life. I don't think it's a bad thing. It would certainly allow you to explore your options in your own pace.
Yes, but you should have heard the will reading. It was rather atrocious. He was raising taxes, and God forbid we have more angry commoners. We know how well that went.
Yes, the atmosphere in the town was very French.
Yes, but without any of our, well, sophistication or potentially any.
Style,
Hmm.
taste, anything good, really.
Mhm. So, Tanting, what should I do? I'm so very torn.
Darling, you're 19. Why are you asking me? You know the conditions that have been set. You have paths before you. I'm not going to be around forever to tell you what to do.
But you're the one who said that if I get married to him or a man of your choosing, that would secure my inheritance. My
Yes,
inheritance is important. Therefore, you did say a lady is nothing without her riches, and what is a man if not his riches?
I have said all of those things. Sorry. You're very correct. I have said all of those things, and those are conditions that I have set for you. But you are still a woman. Not an English woman. You have choices.
Well, that's what I was thinking about. Do you think it would limit my choices if I became a widow at 18?
Do you intend to stay in English society?
Well, we did
You know
want
how.
more support for the cause, no?
Yes, yes. But it's England.
It is true. All I really need is the name of an English noble, his house and his riches. It's just a little. I don't need too much. The rest can come from our family.
We do have a lot of sway in society, even if it's not English society.
But that is the point, no? Tantine, someone must keep the English culture.
I feel that's a losing battle.
Then perhaps I should call myself Pyrrhus.
I did not raise you to be so indecisive, Solange.
Another
You know-
option.
You know what you want. Choose it.
You know, the gentlemen who are here to investigate the murder, They they're not gone yet. Perhaps I could sign it and give it to them, but I was just starting to get along with Sienna, and she's been through so much, poor thing. I'd feel so bad to take her inheritance from her.
Hmm. It's not very French of you. Maybe you've spent a bit too much time here in England.
What, women being nice to other women? I thought that
Y-
was something we're good at. It is the English
Yes.
who hate everyone, including themselves.
Yes, and she is an English woman. Do you think
She
she would
can.
offer you the same kindness?
I do not know. I feel like perhaps I do not know. I could change her. She's only in her 30s.
Hmm.
For a woman, that is a long time to live.
Yes, in English society, that is she might as well be my age. Back home, she would be quite the catch, even if she is English.
Perhaps instead I should maybe talk to her, convince her to come back home with us, Dantin.
That is an option.
It would be nice to have a friend. And it is not like she needs to be here after her son gets married. Ah, yes, she did offer her son's hand in marriage. I'm either choosing a widow's life or a boy. It does seem like he's easy to control, but
Easy to control is a good quality.
but I'm not sure if it's as
But
good as absent.
yes, absent is better. When they're easy to control, you have to train them, and that's just so much work.
Luckily, his mother did do a good job. Just,
Good. She has that going for her then.
Mm-hmm. I will think about it. Perhaps
Good.
after a good game, I should be feeling better. Do you think perhaps that I hate to consider it another English noble? Is there someone we do need in England? I do want to help His Royal Majesty, and they do look so sad living like guests in England.
Yes. Unfortunately, Lord Grey was the only sympathetic ear that came to mind. And now that he's dead and apparently went a little insane at his old age.
It was really sad, yes.
Yes. I will not deny that having his name doesn't have weight. Being his widow gives you sympathies that you wouldn't otherwise have. And Sebastian's a boy. No one wants a boy.
I've been told that boys do not make very good lovers, but good husbands. They produce children fast, but that's about it. Well, everything else is fast too. At least according to the ladies at home.
And fast is not always the best thing, darling. Convenient, yes, but not for the women.
Well, that is why I was considering perhaps finding a special friend here as well.
That is an option. You can bring them back home with you. You could also be a widow and bring your special friend back home with you. And then you don't have to worry about hiding and explaining things and all of that nonsense.
You know what, Tante? Perhaps I will. She'll just dip the quill and we'll sign it.
Go.
I do hope that Sienna will be okay with this. I mean, she did say she got married to another man. She should be set. Regardless, I hope she'll be willing to come with me. Maybe everyone should come with us. It'll be fun.
France
We
is
could get away from the angry peasants here.
Yes, and France is far more stimulating than England has ever been.
Yes, and we could go back to the summer in Prussia. That would be good.
Yes,
It's
I
quite
do
nice
miss
this
the
time of
Prussian
year.
estate.
So do I. I've done my best to decorate here, but it is a another losing cause.
Yes, yes, you've done great with what you can, but unfortunately, English tastes cannot be masked very well.
Yes. It is few times that a craftsman blames her tools, but
And
well,
I don't think Noemi brings the subject back around to her big news.
yeah, and she just like mostly just chatters away, like, yeah, this is
Mm.
fine. I'm sure
Yeah.
this is nothing huge. Tontine is like, I mean, to her, like Tontine's death is kind of like this is like a future problem for
Right,
me.
right.
Like, I only get inherited. Like, she already promised inheritance as long as I marry the person for choosing. She prefers I'm a widow, so none of it goes to my husband. It's fine. It's all good. But
Which
you know,
you've done.
she'll
You've
be here
signed the
forever.
paper.
Wait, does that mean I've done the thing? Oh no, I'm almost done my thing. I know what I'm doing next.
And I feel
Hey,
like I just want you to know, Solange, that your aunt has a very important bit of news. It might be earth-shattering. Let's hope she doesn't die before she can tell you. Anyhow, who's
Would
up
be
next?
I can go.
Yes.
I think Nafisa will seek out Lady Sienna.
Mhm. Where will this take place?
Most likely in Lady Sienna's room or wherever she might
Parlor.
be.
Mhm.
Parlor. She might be idling
Mhm.
somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It's a lovely day. Before this happens, I just want to note we have a number of people who can claim ownership of this estate. That's all. Go on. In Lady Sienna's salon.
Am I expecting Nafisa? Has she written me beforehand, or is
No,
it just kind of impromptu?
there's
Okay.
a quiet knock at the door
Okay.
or wall where the entrance.
The door, yeah. I don't think Sienna would have any of her staff on hand, so she would probably answer the door herself.
You see Nafisa, very many features shared with Jamal, taller than most. Um, always was more always had a bit of a quiet aura, very soft spoken. To see her approach you is actually a bit well, it's definitely like out of the ordinary.
Mhm.
Uh,
Oh, good afternoon.
hello. May I come in?
Oh, yes, of course. And she'll step back and gesture her in. Should I ring for some tea and biscuits?
No, thank you. I thank you
All
for the
right,
offer.
of course. Please take a seat.
As she sits down, it's very like she's been taught well manners and etiquette. Even so, as she sits, you can't help but get the impression that she's like trying to take up less space.
Sienna's familiar with that.
Lady Sienna, I was hoping that we may talk.
Of course.
Um, my brother does not know I'm here.
All right.
Not that it's anything scandalous, just I find it hard to order my thoughts, as it were. But I did want to seek you out for your advice.
I'm glad to offer it if I'm able.
Um, Forgive me. I've been a guest here for so long, but even so, I only hear so much and know so much. You, uh, quick clarification. Is the news that you've remarried public?
Mm-mm. Only
Gotcha.
people who know are Sebastian and Solange.
Gotcha.
The rumors have not happened yet.
Your late husband, um, did you like him?
He was a good father.
hangs in the air.
Yep,
Yep.
that's.
She understands.
Mm-hmm.
She seems to be kind of clasping her hands, squeezing her palms, a little nervous. You know that my brother has been tasked with finding me someone while we're here.
I have heard, yes.
I am. I've been on the market for a while now, and part of me is concerned, nervous, but another part is relieved. I'm. How. When you married, did you stay yourself? Or did you find yourself turning into someone else?
Hmm.
You see like a worried expression on her face, like this is something she's been kind of like really hung up on for a while now.
Yeah. My marriage was arranged by my father. I found in those years that I think you can see it on her face that she's because like Nafisa's young, she doesn't want to scare her off, right? But at the same time, she wants to be honest and not like give her these preconceived notions kind of thing. I found it a challenge to be the person I wanted to be in my marriage. However, I was always the mother I wanted to be. Nafisa, do you mind if I ask a question?
Please.
Is Jamal's word final? Do you have a say in who you marry? I know things are different than they are here in England.
My brother is kind and wonderful and perhaps a bit overindulgent at times, but he means well. It is not so much that officially he has the power to assign me a husband. He very much cares for me. He's very sure of the world, his place in it. And I find myself reliant on that sureness. I have so many questions and such little experience. It is why I searched out you. The first time I heard the vase shatter on the hallway floors, and the many times after, it just something about the way, even in the smallest of ways, that you put your will into the world. I just felt like you might have some insight I was lacking in this regard.
Ah, I see. In English society, it is very restricting. It's difficult to be yourself truly and wholly in front of anyone, regardless of relationship status, anything. My anger is something that I have been unable to contain for many, many years. It has gotten me into a lot of trouble. And it stems from that confinement and restriction.
She seems to hold
My-
herself as if to comfort herself, not
Mm.
really liking that idea.
Yeah, yeah. My best advice that I can give you is to find someone that you can be free with. That doesn't come often, but I can guarantee that I've seen it once. And if you're not able to find that, find the closest thing you can. And don't let Jamal bully you into a choice that he thinks is best.
Do you think it's foolish to want love?
No. It's human to want love.
It sounds rather nice.
Hmm.
Being able to wake up to the one dearest to you.
It does.
How does one find someone like that?
A lot of patience and a stroke of luck. You have time. I know it might not feel
according
like
to
it.
my mother.
Yes, mothers can be like that, I've heard. Fathers can be like that too. No matter what society might tell you, you're very young. And you have time.
Was it scary becoming who you are now?
Terrifying. But I think that's true for everyone, not just women. Men like to bolster and puff out their chests like gorillas and say that they're not afraid of anything, but I think even they are sometimes terrified of what's happening, what they're becoming. I think even they have doubts. They just are better at not showing it.
Perhaps you're right.
I will say, everything I've gone through has gotten me to where I am today. And despite the situation that we're in, and she just kind of gestures like to the house and house arrest and all that. Despite the situation we're in, I am happy.
I think you see like relief kind of cross her face when you say that you're happy.
Mhm.
Thank you. I know I didn't write ahead. And she kind of reaches to her side and you see that she's brought in like a book with her. It looks fairly like read through. It is like an old romance novel, very classic, kind of just boy meets girl, boy falls in love, trials, tribulations, happily ever after. It I find myself returning to the passages. I would hope maybe if you have an interest, um, we could get tea sometime. Maybe talk some more.
I think I would like that very much, Nafisa. Wait here just a moment. And Sienna will get up and go into her bedroom. And you don't see this, but she has like floorboards that she pops up.
Oh.
And she'll pull out a romance novel of her own and bring it back. And hand it to Nafisa. I think you might enjoy this one if you enjoyed that one.
You see a smile cross her face that for the first time of all the very polite smiles she's shown, the very like modest, the very like cordial, very like face value, you see like a genuine smile cross her lips. And she takes it and nods in appreciation. I think I will enjoy reading this.
Good. We can discuss it over tea.
Oh, Thank you. She
Of
gets
course.
up to leave. Lady Sienna,
Yes.
I don't know about all, and then she makes the same gesture as you say this,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I think you're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you. My door's always open, so please feel free to stop by anytime.
She gives another polite little curtsy, bow, and she'll leave.
That was so cute.
Aw, so nice.
So wholesome.
Lindy, Prince and Nugget, visitations. Mm-hmm.
Found some a couple of options.
Mm-hmm.
Which sister? do I wanna-
Right?
do
I just
want
want to note for the record, everybody is going to be at this whist tournament.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everybody.
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 I mean, rich people who are
Oh, okay.
nobles. But everybody else will also be there working.
The royal everybody.
Everybody who is somebody will be there.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And the nobodies will be there because they have to be there.
Have to
Right.
be.
Because they have to be there. But they'll all be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
wanna
Mm-hmm.
maybe see if Solange's flirting with me, my sister properly, or apologize to Saoirse. I think I'll yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say, I think Saoirse probably wants to meet with Imogen.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you want
I
to
can
use
do
your
that for-
visitation or
Yeah,
mine?
I can do
Okay.
that for my visitation. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I think it's probably like a day later.
Giving
That
you
this
some
happened.
time.
Yeah, it's a day later that this happens, and it's early in the morning, right?
Mhm.
I don't knock. I just slam your door open, walk in, slam it shut.
Yeah. Imogen is awake. Rest. Looks like she's been awake for a while with like probably a little bit of dark circles under her eyes. It looks like she slept like shit the night before.
And I don't think she starts talking right away. I think she's angrily pacing in like because it's servants' quarters, right? So it's not huge.
Yeah,
But
no.
she's just like angrily pacing the room. And then she doesn't say anything. She will just essentially like shove the letter that mom sent me. That essentially says that you're a disappointment and I'm the favorite and we need to kill Heathcliff and all of that. Everything.
Gosh.
And she'll just pace angrily while you read it.
Right. I read it first, and there's faces that are made. Many face palms.
Just
Well,
want to point
that's-
out that Heathcliff is a problem for your mother inheriting.
He's
That's
a
all.
problem in general.
For everybody.
His name's like Heathcliff Problem Child Grey. Like that is
Nice.
Heathcliff Problem Grey. Yeah. What I'd like to say, I'm sorry for any misconceptions that might have happened yesterday.
I don't want to talk about Lawrence right now. I want to talk about that fucking letter. Sorry, that letter. She wouldn't have said the F word.
We can talk about that first. Sure.
Mhm.
I don't know if I want to kill somebody.
I don't want to
he's
kill
def-
anybody.
But he's definitely a problem. I mean, I'm pretty sure he killed Earl Grey.
Yeah, I'm starting to suspect that too.
I'm also think he may have killed some people in the woods.
People in the woods.
Remember that servant who went missing?
I'm pretty. I think Saoirse was the one who found like the missing dude's stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
he might have killed him.
Oh.
I also
I didn't
think he
even
might
think
have
about
been the
that.
person to knock out Lawrence yesterday and steal the horse.
I
of
said
Earl
I
Grey.
didn't want to talk about
I
Lawrence.
just it's in relation to the letter of the person we're supposed to murder in the letter.
Mm.
I think he's done many bad things, including knock out stable master. stable.
I just don't understand what you were doing there.
I was passing. Boy,
Oh, that's very convenient.
I was in the garden. All right, fine. Fuck it. I was having a rendezvous in the garden with Lord Balfour.
What?
You told me I should try to see about prospects and doing things that's not what our mother wants us to do. And so I said, well, maybe that requires getting married. So I met up with Lord Balfour, and then we found out we're siblings. He's also Earl Grey's bastard. So, yes, that's nothing happened.
Pause. Hold on 1 moment.
It's a very awkward
what?
day.
Alright, so first off, when I said explore your prospects, I didn't mean the drunken rake. Alright?
Well, Sebastian I'm his aunt, and John smells
Right,
like fish all the
definitely
time.
don't explore that.
Not going to explore it.
There's many other people on this estate besides Sebastian and Jamal.
You know, I was hanging
You've
out
got
with
a
Solange
bunch
the
of the
other day.
footmen. Can we go back to the staff?
Of course.
Oh, please,
But
yes,
don't
the staff
forget-
roster.
Don't forget John the Page.
John the
You
Page.
know,
I received
of
a marriage
course.
proposal from John the Page, but he was on a fish wrapper
John
and
the
he
Page?
just smells of. He eats raw onion all the time. I don't think I could live with that.
Isn't he like 10? How
No.
old is that boy?
He's older than
I
that.
feel like he's one of those people who's younger than he looks, and he just doesn't, because he doesn't take care of himself very well.
Yeah,
A little
yeah.
sallow. You're like, oh, you're probably actually only like 19, but you're balding and you look not 19.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. You've got Finnegan, you've got Idle, you've got Lyle. There's so many options.
Well, look, I was talking. Solange and Sebastian had nothing but nice things to say about Jamon, so I was like, well, maybe we should at least meet up pleasantly, cordially.
They're also nobles, and they don't ever talk bad about each other unless it's behind their back.
Well, we were rather behind his back at the time we were speaking of him.
He was also interested in you before he knew you were aunt. So it's probably just, being nice to not seem like he's a gossiper.
What about Solange then? Rather nice. You like Solange?
I quite like Solange. I don't think she'd talk bad about somebody behind the back, even if she disliked them.
It started off well. He was like, hello, I'm trying to be a better person. He had, trying to do things. And I was like, I'm
That's
trying to
such
be
a
a better
rakish thing
person
to
as
say.
well. And he was very charming.
Oh,
then-
I'm trying to be a better person. Love me.
But then I mentioned that I was also trying to be a better person and get away from family problems. And he was like, what kind of problems? And I said, well, I'm the Earl Grey's daughter. And he was like,
You told him.
it just came out. But it's a
But
good
you
fucking thing I
realise-
did, because he's also Earl Grey's child, and it would have been very awkward if things had moved on past
That's
that and we
another
were
thing.
siblings.
How many women did your father sleep with?
I've no idea. Apparently he never got to tell Earl Grey, though, that he was his son. Older than Lady Sienna, by the way. So I don't know what that means.
Well, he's a bastard. They weren't married, were they? Bastards can't inherit.
As far as I know. But it's a good thing we at least got it out when we did, because it could have gotten very awkward. Very quickly.
And you just conveniently wandered
And I
by the
was very
stables.
it was awkward as it was awkward as sin, Saoirse. So I took a little stroll around to try to get some nerves out and to be like, what the fuck am I going to do now? I've got another is there anyone on this estate I'm not related to? I'm a little scared of approaching any of the footmen, because who knows, maybe they're bastards as well.
Aye, that I wouldn't be surprised about.
But I was walking
at this
by,
point.
I walked by the stables, and on the floor with a little puddle of blood underneath him was Lawrence.
I didn't
here's-
see any blood yesterday.
Here's the handkerchief from yesterday.
I'll just take it and be like,
Blood.
yes, I suppose that's blood.
And I was like, I would if I saw anyone on the ground in a small, except maybe Heathcliff, in a puddle of blood.
Hmm.
I was trying to help. He told me he proposed to you? No, why didn't you tell me about him?
Listen, it was 5 years ago that he proposed, alright?
And
then
you
Mum-
haven't
and then-
married him. And you're telling
No.
me to
'Cause
go.
of Mum. Hello? Literally, like, 2 months later, she... Ugh. What was I supposed to do?
That's
She's
fair.
a mum.
It's
As
fair.
awful as she is,
She's terrible.
the worst,
Awful.
she's family.
Glad she's in Ireland.
So the same.
but it was just a terrible day yesterday. I got shite for sleep, and we've got to do the stupid whist tournament today.
They...
And
Well-
Saoirse, I'm going to tell you something, and you're gonna only because you're my sister. You better not fucking.
Who am I going to tell?
Your maybe fiance.
That's fair.
Okay.
I promise I won't tell.
Right. I can't stop thinking about Lord Sebastian. I know I'm his aunt, but he's just really nice.
I understand that we're
But I'm
in
only like
England,
half an aunt.
but we're
I
not
know.
English.
I know we're not English. Well, I'm half English technically.
You're half English. Hey, I mean,
And that's kind of
at
why I was trying to
least-
meet up with Jamal. I was like, maybe he'll help me forget and not stop thinking about Sebastian. And it
At
turns out
least-
he's my fucking brother, so it's just I can't get away from
yeah.
it.
Although I will say, if those are your only two options, nephew's a little better than brother.
I'm definitely not. It is. We shook hands. It was a very awkward, the most awkward handshake I've had in my life. I don't think nothing is going to happen there.
Good. Brother's a bit.
Ew,
Much.
no, half brothers. Just nope. Half aunt is better. I think he's very mad at me because I didn't tell him that I was related until recently. Until the Heathcliff thing popped up, and I was concerned about their safety.
I'm still quite concerned about them, especially with Lawrence getting hit. If that's actually what happened. I think
You
I think Saoirse is still like she believes her sister, but she's still
Why
like
don't you-
suspicious.
Why don't you go take a look at his noggin? I don't have that kind of strength to reach up there. He's quite tall
He's
and look at a
very
grown
tall.
man.
That's fair. But and I would have told you eventually, but I mean you're so gung ho about the whole grey thing.
Well, I don't even know what to think anymore. Is there anyone I'm not related to here? And I mean, who's the house going to go to anyway? I mean, there's Solange, there's Sienna, there's Sebastian. I mean,
Well,
I don't-
Solange is just the fiance. There's not really anything there.
I'd received a letter post-mortem from Earl Grey with a signature.
True.
Who's to say
So-
no one else received letters post-mortem?
That's fair. Although I feel like Sienna's more likely to get a letter than Solange. I know Solange was the fiance, but
He was the least
don't know.
mean to her out of all of us, though, at that will reading, though. So I don't know if that means he was just really particularly fond of her.
I just liked her or disliked her less than the others.
So that could be a something, even though
That's fair.
I don't going to happen, and I don't like. We're in a
I
very
think-
insecure place right now between
That's
legal things and our crazy, probably murderous uncle that we're apparently supposed to go murder now.
and I think with that, with you bringing that instability up, I don't.
I mean, is he going to want
Lawrence
to
and
kill? I mean, everyone. Like now, if word gets out that Jamal is Earl Grey's son as well, I mean, is he going to want to kill
Oh, I
Jamal?
don't doubt it. Absolutely.
I mean,
Jamal, despite being a bastard,
Might be
is
a rake,
still
but he's
technically a threat.
terrible. He's not a bad human being.
Eh.
I mean, not like murder worthy. He doesn't deserve to be
That's fair,
murdered for
that's fair.
being a womanizer.
But like, so
I'd like to get
rolling
womanized.
back a little bit, Lawrence and I recently reconnected after you and I had that conversation about doing stuff for ourselves.
Oh, it was a
Like,
recent reconnection.
I
He was very concerned about how mad you would be.
That's very sweet of him.
I was more concerned he was going to fall over again because he was pretty concussed.
Thank you for taking care of him, I suppose.
Now that I know he's
Appreciate
your kind of pseudo fiance figure, I'll try to make sure
Yeah,
that happens too.
Well, it's back on, the engagement.
Is it? Well, congratulations.
We're actually talking about
Eloping?
and leaving.
Right. Well, no one
And
can
that-
leave until the house arrest is over.
Right, obviously after the house arrest, but
Yep.
I think you should come with us. And we should just go and be done with all
Where are
this
you
business.
going, though?
Anywhere that's not here. This place is cursed.
It might be a bit cursed.
It's so cursed. So many bad things have happened here, and it's just not getting better.
Well, it could get better. I did get a letter from Lord Morris Trafford. I'll pull out like a little drop down section of my desk. I'll pull out like 6 letters. I'll rifle through them, and I'll go. Yeah, said that if due to the state of things, that I was welcome at the Trafford estate. Which I don't know if this is a love letter. I got like 4 of them yesterday. It was kind of the day before yesterday. I don't know if it's another love letter. If he's just being genuinely a nice human being.
From what I've seen of him, he's not been bad. When I was
He's been
working
a
over there,
delightful
he was-
student. His older brother,
He's a
absolute
great child. Oh, that
cad.
child.
But Morris
If
is
I was
nice.
ever to punch a noble,
It'd be Chadwick. Sebastian punched him.
Chadwick.
Give it a right good right hook.
I heard that was pretty good.
Very deserved.
But anyway, just regardless of who inherits the estate, it's going to end badly.
it might.
And I
end-
think we should be gone before that happens.
Do you think
'Cause I
that's
don't-
not? Do you think the house arrest is going to let up before then? I don't think
I
so.
don't know. But I don't want you
I don't want Lord
caught up in the bad.
Turtle, Puff, Mr. Pipemans chasing after us because we tried to leave before the house arrest ties up.
All
They would
I'm
sick the
saying-
hounds on us.
All I'm saying is we should be ready to go. Just in case. We don't have to go right away.
Right.
We can try to wait for the house arrest to be up, but I'm
Do you think our
concerned
uncle
for
won't
you.
come looking for us?
We'll go
Bother her?
somewhere he can't find us. She can't find us either.
Well, she's much poorer at looking, I think, than he is.
Aye.
I mean, he was locked in in this apparently secret dungeon for 10 years.
Aye. That
He's
I don't
murdered
know
a bunch of
about.
people, which means he's probably decent at tracking.
Aye. I feel like we could make it.
Well, I'll have a bag packed. Good and go just, but I'm not going
Just
to.
in case.
Not going to pack everything. Going to be just like an overnight bag or something.
Aye.
Grab quickly.
I just, like I said, I'm concerned, Imogen.
I'm
I
very
have a bad
concerned
feeling.
and distraught, and it's been very awful.
I have a feeling it's going to end very badly for some of us, probably all of us. So
Are
I
we going
just,
to do anything about our terrible uncle, or are we just going to let him murder people?
what are we supposed to do? I
guess
can't murder him.
Tell people or something?
And tell them what?
There's a murderer on the loose?
That the real Earl Grey is
Or is it
running
fake?
around.
I guess that would be
murdering
kind of treasonous, and then people might get
Lots of
murdered
people
for
would die.
treason.
Your
People-
half sister would
Why
die.
do so many people have to die? It seems like people are going to die if we do and die if we don't.
Regardless of what we do, people are going to die.
Maybe Jamal will kill Heathcliff. He said he was very good at defending himself. Maybe if it came down to it, he could just stab. Stab.
I mean, it could. Heathcliff, if Jamal, if it's true, right? Because we don't know
Mhm.
it's true that he's Earl Grey's bastard.
Well, that's fair. We don't know for certain. Although he seemed very interested, and then immediately was very not interested as soon as that eyes
Aye,
averted.
So he clearly
everything.
believes.
Yes.
But we don't know how his mother just came to the estate. We don't know anything about her. She could be lying. You never know.
Could
We
be.
know how mothers are.
Oh, fuck, we do. Well, maybe we get a feeling of her personality at the tournament.
Right.
Yes.
I think we should keep an eye.
should keep a very close eye on everything.
Right. So we've got a plan.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Got a plan. Do you know Olivia found somebody that she's interested in?
Who?
Sorry, just if someone finding love that she's not related to. Olivia's got a special someone.
Olivia? Who?
Olivia. I think she thought we were a
Ooh.
thing based on this letter, but she's got a romantic interest, I think.
Are they romantically interested in her, or is it the other way around?
I've
Because
no idea.
I find that she's a charming
She's
girl in her own
sweet,
right,
but she's.
but
I mean, some men are into that.
I suppose.
I just gossip.
That's
Of
just-
not
I
our
think
family
that's-
type.
The most shocking thing I've heard all
There you go.
morning.
Maybe we keep an eye on her too and see who she's interested.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
Right then.
All right, got
This
a
is
plan.
good talk. You should go tend to Lawrence's goose-egg.
I'm gonna go talk to him now, and then I've
still
got to
got
help
a little bit of
Solange
time.
getting ready. Yeah,
Yeah.
got like half
We
an
need
hour.
to try to
I
do something
think.
about these bags under.
Oh, I've got. If you go into my dresser, I've got some
Powder?
makeup you can use.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
powder. I
Bless
guess I
you.
wouldn't call it makeup. Yeah,
Yeah.
some
All right.
powders.
Only
that-
harlots wear makeup.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so
I've got
powder's
some
Yes.
powders that you can use.
Thank you. I slept like shit after all that bombshell.
And
And
Imogen, just be careful, please.
I'm trying to be careful. I was just
I
also
know.
trying to do something for myself.
I know.
Did not end well.
It's still a good start. And I think Saoirse gives her a hug,
Just
which
a
are
big
few and far
hug.
between
Yeah.
us, but
Yeah.
getting more frequent.
Yeah. Just a big trauma bonding hug. Ugh.
Yep.
And-
and then she'll book it out of there.
And I'll follow after and go to your room and get some powder and
Yeah.
on.
This gives us Prince and Lindy for your visitations. Also, we have to ask Prince something a little bit later, depending.
Uh-oh.
You may want to
I
ask
know.
now before
No,
I
no.
make a thing happen.
Uh-oh.
No, I would. I just, it depends on what you're gonna do. If you say something, it might trigger my question. But please go ahead.
Well, what I particularly want to happen is
Mhm.
I want Nafisa to meet with her mother.
Ooh.
Mhm. That would have to be on my scene, though. But you get yours.
Yeah, I'm offering a resolve token to make this happen. So I don't have to do a
Oh.
thing.
I'll take it. I believe Nandi is sitting. She's got her own room, a series of rooms, and she is ready to receive her daughter.
Slight knock at the door.
One of the handmaids comes and opens the door, sort of nods to you. And your mother's sitting in like a very nice sort of like a love seat. She's just taking up her space. Ah, you have come. Come in, sit.
Hello, Mama. She'll enter. Comparison-wise, posture is definitely a little more cowed than meeting with Lady Sienna. Not from like fright or anything terrible, just like the pressures of
Respect.
expectations.
Oh, that's another way to put it. I was just going to say being respectful of your mother.
That too. I mean, potato.
Come sit.
She sits.
You should have visited me earlier.
I'm sorry. There was a lot going on. How are you, Mama?
It was a long journey here to this cold place.
It is rather
Nafisa.
chilly. Yes?
I have heard your brother is not doing his job getting you a nice prospect.
Oh, Mama. Jamal has been doing wonderfully. He's been very busy. Uh, he is trying his hardest. I can see that.
Is there someone you like?
She pauses and takes a moment to think, and then she shakes her head no.
He should do a better job. We must find you some. If you marry the right person, then you can travel all over the world. You can do what you want and be what you want. You have flexibility if you marry the right person.
She's nodding along, like everything her mother is saying is like sensible and the way to go about things.
You are getting very old, especially for the English. So, we must make you more proactive. There is a whist tournament. You shall place very well. Listen to me very carefully. There will be English boys who may not like it if you beat them. You should still beat them. If they do not like it if you beat them, they are not one for you to marry.
Yes, Mama.
Do not play bad in order to impress them. You do not want to impress people who are weak in their ego. You look sad. Come
No,
and talk to me.
I am doing well. Everyone is very kind here.
No, 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 no. You cannot lie to your mother. Why are you sad in your eyes?
Much has happened, of course. The Earl's passing.
Yes.
My brother, for as hard as he works for my sake, I feel as he has his own ghosts he must contend with. And I try not to worry him, not to worry you, but it is hard sometimes. I find myself wanting to be helpful, to be more, to meet expectations, yet I do not know how. Find a good match, be a good daughter, a good sister.
Nafisa, your brother has asked me for a favor. It would be good if you were engaged, even better, married before I fulfilled this favor. I do not think I have much time left before I must fulfill it. So,
Is everything okay?
things can be complicated. But I know that these people care very much about reputation and eligibility, and scandal at times can make people less eligible. So I would appreciate for your own future if you could think deep about those you might care for, so that you might be able to be engaged to someone decent before I fulfill my promise to your brother.
Hearing that she has now kind of like an expedited time limit, an upcoming deadline, there's a bit of anxiety that comes with that, but she nods. I understand, Mama.
I want you to be able to find love without a cloud,
A cloud.
a dark cloud.
I do not know what you mean.
Your brother wants secrets revealed. And secrets always hit women harder than they hit men, which will make it harder for you to marry. So, it would be good if you are at your very best at this tournament. It is coming up. And find someone kind who dreams in poetry that you like.
She looks away shyly at that phrase, dreams and poetry. But concern kind of returns to her face, and she looks very seriously at her mother, which is which is uncommon for her.
Yeah.
You talked with Jamal. Is my brother all right? Is my brother in pain?
Well, I think he is in pain only in his spirit. So I think he will be better. It is hard for him. It's also hard for you. But you will have, I think, a better life than he will have. His demons are heavy.
Mama, I do
His
not
father
wish...
did not love him the way that he loves you. And that is hard when one of your parents does not give you the love that you should have.
Mama, I care for my brother. If you revealing this secret, whatever it may be, eases his burden. I'm not such a child that I cannot make my way out of hardship that hits our family.
Yes, I know this. So, I want you to perhaps be a bit less dreamy in your chase to secure your future, so that I may ease your brother's restless spirit.
Less dreamy.
I ask you only to be playing the cards 2 games. One, the game of whist, and the other, the game of love. A bit more aggressively. Ladylike in the English way, but put it on your mind.
I have been searching for someone who may make my heart sing, but perhaps finding a duet partner is more urgent than I once thought.
Well, the positive about whist is it is a partner game. And we switch partners, so you will be able to talk and meet many. Hopefully, there will be someone that you like. And then perhaps a dance or whatever it is the English do. I only want what is best for you. If you find no one, well, there is always France, maybe. We do not have so many connections, but perhaps your brother has made one with this Russian noble. Perhaps she knows someone eligible.
She kind of recalls back to Lady Sienna's word about finding your person someday. And it's like, perhaps in Russia or in France.
Perhaps. It is only so that we women have, in the eyes of the men, an expiration date. So, the older you get, the less they notice. But that is all of their lack of wisdom. Sadly, there's not much we can do about that, unless we are independently wealthy, and I'm afraid to tell you, this is not the case. We have had terrible financial situations.
She nods.
We are not so well off as we should be. Our mines have been seized. It is not as good for us as it could be. I do not want us to be servants or paupers in this globe The boys, they can take care of themselves in some way. But we women have more troubles to worry about. So
All right,
you
Mama.
look very beautiful in this dress today.
She smiles. I will search for a partner tomorrow. But, remember, before I am a partner, a wife, I am a sister and a daughter.
Yes. And you are a jewel of our homeland. Anyone would be privileged to marry you. Anyone.
She kind of repeats, anyone? And she
Yeah.
kind of wants to ask a question about
Speak. Say it.
uh,
Do not hold your tongue with me.
should I meet someone tomorrow that does make my heart sing, be them noble, young, old, of a lower class, or perhaps of a unconventional nature for one's partner? Stories have such wonderful characters, wonderful people. If I can meet someone, anyone, that makes me as engaged as I am with those pages.
Nafisa.
I know. Forgive me.
No, no. It is beautiful to dream. But you must know that marriage is not about romance. Romance is about romance. Marriage is about building a partnership and making a life, doing your duty, being in society. Marriage is something that you grow into. And other feelings, that happens in other ways sometimes. And perhaps you learn to love this person you marry. Perhaps your heart goes for someone else. But marriage is about community. It is not individual. It is about everyone around you.
Okay,
I
Mama.
wish I could be free to marry someone else one time when I was younger. But that was not the case. And if I had, I would not have had you. And this is my joy. I will say, being a mother of you and all of my children makes all of this worth it. Your father, well, he gave me the gift of you and your sister and your brother, and that was the best gift he gave me. But I would never give that up. You cannot just run away with anyone. It may be 1811 in the future, new century, but it is still not a place where a woman can just live with no means. Women with no means, they are taken advantage of in ways that is not fit for you. Also, you are the daughter of Ayalode, the chief. You are a daughter of important people. And you have training and knowledge and wisdom and experience. You are a jewel. You have value and worth. And you may fall in love with a poor boy or a rich one. Or you can learn to fall in love. You can learn love with anyone. But you must have a life. What if the one you come to marry dies, or who knows what? You cannot be on the street. You must make sure you make a practical choice, and love will grow. And if love does not grow, you will find a way to live. I hope you find also poetry. But poetry can be taught.
Yes, Mama. Definitely just like kind of a cold shower look to her. Just
Yeah.
realism of the world.
Come. Give me a hug.
She does give her an earnest hug. Height.
Come. Look. One day, people do not always treat you well if you stay with the ones you love. Sometimes, if you run off with the ones you love, you lose everything else. And that may not be worth it. But these are sad thoughts. No matter what, you will not lose me.
She nods. I'm very happy you're here, Mama.
I am sad to have come on the death of the Earl Grey, but I'm glad to see you again. And of course, Jamal. Promise me you will understand that life can be hard for beautiful young women, and that you will protect yourself and think wisely with your mind. And you can tell there's this sadness on her at this moment, right? Like thinking about this. And she sort of pats your hand.
Do not be so hard on my brother. He is doing his best.
I know. He has had a hard time. Teased so much growing up. And there's this like feeling of like a complicated feeling of like sadness, guilt. But you know, he reminds me very much of his father.
There's a part of Nafisa that kind of wants to know why her mother's sad, but there's a stronger part that needs her mother to be that like invincible pillar of support in her life. So she's got a handle on it. It's fine.
Now, listen, you were yellow at the whist tournament.
Yellow.
This new dress style. I have brought you dresses from London.
Yellow.
It will look beautiful on your skin.
If you say so, Mama.
I do say so. And also white gloves. I hear there will be some dancing afterwards and some music, I think. You will look beautiful. I will get people to come and do your hair.
A giant sunflower.
I will do your hair myself.
Okay,
These
Mama.
people here, the English, they do not know how to do it. I will do it, and you will be
They have
beautiful.
tried. Their best attempts.
Yes. And she smiles at you, says, come. And she hands you a small little, small little booklet. And she hands it to you. Says, that you will find poetry, some small words from our home. So you do not forget.
She'll take the offered booklet.
Anytime you need me.
Of course, Mama.
And she kisses you on the cheek. And there's just a little, like, she's very determined. But she doesn't want to push you too hard. But it's that kind of like a little push-pull, right? Like, you gotta take it serious, but she's giving you your space.
And Nafisa has an air of... It's interesting. It's like everything your parents tell you makes sense, and you kind of jazz yourself up to the rhythm of their drum. But as soon as she's alone, there is that kind of like hollowness of like, is this actually what I want? Do I really believe everything my mom's telling me?
Yeah.
And there's this kind of like this unsureness that's kind of been a constant in her life. but she does want to make her mom happy, and apparently something's bothering her brother, so she's I mean, even Sienna told her you might just like run into them one day. So,
Yeah.
but to run into them, you got to go looking.
It's true. Lindy, it is you.
I am going to visit Solange in the morning. While my dear sister Saoirse is checking in with Lawrence, I'm going to buy her some time, having to be a lady's maid. By lunch. Just a little knock.
Come in.
Good morning. Sorry to bother you. So
It is never too early. In fact, I was just about to have some more pastries. Would you like some?
actually, yes, a pastry would be quite delightful.
Good. Tantine brought them from where they make actually good pastry. Here, come try.
Oh, I would love to try. She will actually just sit down a little bit and custard filling, very good.
It is very good. It is a shame that your cook is not French trained, but we make do.
No, she's got her moments. Sometimes a really off-the-wall recipe turns out surprisingly better than. Honestly, I'd say most of her experimental dishes that she doesn't present to the rest of the house due to the fact of their experimental nature are actually quite good. You might like some.
Then perhaps, assuming, of course, this place does not just burn down one day because of the peasants, I'd love to try some.
Tips too. Well, next time she makes a batch of something particularly interesting, I'll bring some.
Oh, so you'll sneak some for me? I keep learning more secrets about you. What with you sneaking around and such.
Well,
Would be fun.
due to my position in the house at the moment, I could float upstairs and down quite easily.
I imagine that would be rather good. Wait, you said you speak to those who help us, yes?
Yes, I do speak quite frequently.
Then
My quarters are in that section.
how? And Saoirse, then, do you know who was making her so sad all the time?
Oh, I think she's been having a spot of romance troubles. I think they're on the upswing, though.
Oh, that's such good relief to hear. I was telling her it would be nice to see romance blossom somewhere where there's so many flowers. This place is so romantic, but so dreadfully lacking.
I would agree with you on that. But no, she's found someone. I think that someone fancies her back, and so I think I think they went through a bit of a rough patch, and I think they get better.
That's most excellent. And what about you?
Oh, not really.
No.
Mustard. You know, I hadn't really entertained the notion of romance until, not really much, until recently, and, I tried to put some feelers out, perhaps, a little bit, just maybe see what it's all about, really, even, and it was very awkward.
Oh? A romance is awkward?
Well, it didn't really, we didn't really get to the romance part.
Oh?
But you're offering me a pastries, is the least I can do. I met up with one of the staff, accidentally, really, bumped into them, and then apparently that's the person that Saoirse fancied. In terms of Saoirse, got that off. That really didn't happen.
What a shame.
no, good for her. Good guy. It's gonna be good for both of them. And then I found out I was related to the other person that I met up with. So
He went after you? I should have a talk with him after this.
so you know of who I speak, right? Just we it was very awkward. We ended on a sperm handshake.
Good.
Yep.
You're too good for you many ways.
Thank you. Yes, no. So it was just I didn't really get very far in the romance
Here, you
category.
forgot this.
Oh.
She'll just like help you brush some back. There.
Thank you. I was actually coming in to ask if you could help me with powder.
Powder.
I slept very poorly last night after yesterday's series revelations, and I've got a bit of that whist tournament later. So you always do an excellent job with your whatnot. So I was wondering if you could give me assistance.
Well, to start, I do not do that lead business. It happened. It helps sometimes, but too much rouge afterwards.
Right.
Tantine and in fact the later Grey did advertise for the stuff you get from the Orient. That is much better.
Is it now?
They make it from pearls and rice.
That I didn't know you could make powder. I guess it makes sense. You just grind it.
Would you like some?
I would love some assistance in that matter.
Now, this is something I do sometimes do for myself. Shoso isn't always available. Just a moment. Keep seated. She'll kind of just go around looking for her powder.
I'm just looking down like this has lead in it. It's good for the skin. Put it back in the pocket.
You know, once you are done shopping for options, if you ever want any help with at least the reading side, I could recommend some.
You know, I would love a reading recommendation.
Good. And she'll pick up the powder and we'll go over. And by the way, I do not think romance should involve awkwardness.
No. No.
If anything, perhaps some nerves. And the feeling should be that when your skin touches, you feel like there's butterflies in your stomach. There we go. And
Oh, that
tilt
looks
up?
so much better.
Yes. Perfect.
I've had
It
a
suits
crush
you.
on someone before, but it didn't work out. So
Well, they do say the best cure is to find someone new.
that is what I was trying to do. And then it turned out that, very awkwardly. And it's just gonna be like whew, that was a day. Just kind of actually slump a little bit. We're straightening back up. It's like, oh wait, no, she's actually a lady. Kind of just
Before you go and before we must go to a whist tournament, I am planning to play some harpsichord. Would you like to stay and listen? It looks like your nerves could do with it. And drinking is good during the day, but we must keep our wits about us, no?
I'm sure you want to do very well in the whist.
I don't mean to do well, I mean to crush everyone.
That's a fantastic attitude. I don't need to crush everyone, I just need to do well enough not to embarrass myself.
Oh, I'm sure you do just fine. Now,
Who knows, maybe we'll be partners.
that would be most wonderful.
As long as I don't slow you down and you're crushing it.
I would love to be slowed down by you.
Light switch, a candle goes on, turns on,
And then
because we
I'll
don't have
sit and
electricity
play
yet.
some
It's flickering, it's like, wait a second. Huh.
And I have one last thing before we end our session. Olivia.
Oh.
I know you have so much to do, but I imagine at some point in time you go back to your quarters.
Been a busy day, so much to do.
There is a box in your quarters, on your bed, long and flat.
That's not my birthday. Maybe a new broom? I'm gonna go open it.
It is a dress. It is a dark, sort of like a dark purple and black brocade dress that is very expensive. Very, very expensive. It is the sort of dress that nobility might wear. But you want to think like the gothic dark black dress from Legend, when like she gets transformed into like the hot bad person during the dance, right?
Mhm.
So it's like this really nice extravagant dark dress, and there's just a little note that says,
Scandal.
it's very scandalous, and it says, "It's not yet time for you to wear this, but the time will come when I shall take you on my arm in front of them all to announce both you and myself as the ones who, to whom this estate belongs. You and I, you, Olivia, and I."
Jamal Balfour. As we add a resolve token to absolutely intercept this. I'm not changing anything on the letter. I just want to cause problems because, hey, I don't have a lot of
Yes.
options here.
Intercept that
And
shit. Oh.
this person doesn't seem like they know anything that's going on.
So I just would like to, for the record, you would like to use that resolve token to have intercepted this package and swap the last name on it. The name that was
Just swap nothing else with the name.
given. I love it. I love it. Yes, somebody who's going to have the estate.
Oh,
I take
means
that
you
resolve
also
token.
get that last name. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And it just says H, right? But now it's
Okay.
it's rewritten, so it says Jamal Balfour. You have an exceedingly expensive, gorgeous gown given to you by Lord Balfour. I will take that resolve token right
Which
now.
I expect you didn't expect.
I
Oh,
didn't.
I love it.
I didn't. I never
So
knew he
popular, Miss
cared.
Olivia.
Oh,
But that
no.
also means, by the way, Jamal, that you saw that note. You saw the
Oh, yes.
You read the whole note. You read it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. I'll take that resolve token. Yes, yes, yes. With no conditions. Just only joy.
No conditions. It's good as is.
Oh, yes, it is. Yeah. It's nice. It's rich. The fabric is amazing. It's probably I can't imagine Livy's ever had anything this expensive before.
No, never. She feels dirty just holding it. But she does think, I never knew he cared. Oh no. What if they fight over me? What if they fight over me? She looks in the dress. She notes that there are no undergarments. She feels that that's an indication of how she should wear it. Oh, Olivia, you naughty, naughty girl. Driving all the boys wild. You little minx, you. She's enjoying the attention.
Oh, she is. Oh, I love it. And there are people out there who are plotting and who are amazing. But that is where we end our session for today, with the end of our visitations. Next week, we begin with the reputation phase. I believe that will be quite interesting. I feel like that will be a very interesting moment. Some reputation, some gossip, and then some letters. I'm going to hand it over to our productress, our
Tis I, the
master of the keys.
productress.
The Productress.
It's my new title. I'll add it to the list. Thank you. Yes, my gosh. Was this session
Oh, I love that.
fabulous and fantastic. We're gonna go around. We're gonna say who we are, where we go, and your highlights from today's game. Let's go. I usually go counterclockwise, but let's actually go clockwise again this session. Let's give you Tsai first dibs at this. How was tonight for you, my guy?
It was fun. I had a lot of fun. I'm using the characters that God gave me to great effect, hopefully. Hi, I'm Yutsai. I enjoy role playing. This is a lot of fun. These are great people to role play with. So many fun decisions. I have social media that I'm not currently using much, but you can also see me on the Wandering DM channel for Gotham City Chronicles, a game that takes place in a Gotham where Batman doesn't exist, using the new Batman TTRPG rules on Tuesdays at, I believe, 7:30 CDT, because I think we're in daylight savings time currently.
Yes.
But yeah. But tonight I noticed a theme early on. There's a lot of like mothers and daughters, or mothers and sons, and that kind of relationship, and we got to see so many different like versions of that relationship, which I really enjoyed. Actually, that did inform kind of what I was going to do for my second time around. So it just felt like a nice theme and kind of centering, because originally the big thing that happened was a father died, a father of many children, apparently. I do not have a lot to say about that. I was informed, as were the rest of you, about the circumstances of how many kids I have.
Only 3 or 4. Just a couple. I wouldn't worry about it.
But yeah, I just really enjoy that kind of theming, and it was nice to see that kind of the variations of how they built off each other and the comparisons.
Fabulous. Thank you. Someone who makes comparisons sometimes, has been known to on occasion, would be Nagatosaurus. How are you?
I'm great. I do comparisons from time to time. You know, just the usual amount of totally normal. Hi, I'm Nugatosaurus. You can find me here pretty much exclusively on this channel on Wednesdays when we play this game, as well as alternating Mondays and Tuesdays when we play our 2 Dungeons and Dragons games. Mondays is our Mondays in Exandria game, where we're playing Call of the Netherdeep, and we are in the Netherdeep, and
Deep in the
weird shit's
nethers.
happening deep in those nethers. And then Tuesdays, where we are playing Ghost of Saltmarsh, we just completed like a little treasure hunt and totally did not give an evil artifact to a bad wizard. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Favorite
Good things.
part. I really liked this interaction between Jamal and Imogen in the garden. It started out so cute, and maybe they'll get together, maybe they won't. I don't know what's happening. And then the bomb dropped, and it was like, oh no, let's not. It was great. I love it. I'm very excited for more sibling interactions. I'm very interested to see when Sienna learns of this, because she's the only one who doesn't know that Jamal's related to her. So I'm very interested to see what happens there.
Wonderful, wonderful. I thought about having a scene with you and be like, no, that's Jamal's secret. No, I ain't gonna do that to him. I did burn those letters, though. So, that's fine. Speaking of people whose letters I burned, Jamal, how, Dimples and Dice, how's tonight for you?
It was something. We've been on an adventure.
Sure have.
Favorite parts of the night, I would also say, though I normally don't name scenes that I'm in, the perfect awkwardness that we had
Perfect.
was fucking ridiculous. I loved it. It was terrible at the same time. What a time. But there's a bunch of stuff, like the reaction to Lawrence in the barn, just that bullshit happening, you all raising the stakes with resolve tokens. I spent 2 tonight. I was hoarding them for a while there. Yeah. The Olivia thing, we'll see what happens there. And the shameless flirting with Solange and Imogen. Love that for us all. Yeah, I don't know. You can find me at Dimples and Dice on the internet. I have stuff going on. There'll be more. Keep an eye on my socials. I'm trying to post on all of them, but that's a lot of work. I'll be honest with you. There's a Threads, there's a Blue Skies, there's a X, there's Twitch. Just find me where you find me.
I feel that in my soul. Someone who is rarely to be found, though, would be Solange. Snow, how was tonight for you?
I mean, tonight was definitely worth appearing out of the rock that I usually reside under. So I think I might have woken up my entire neighborhood with the way I was cackling throughout most of tonight. Especially during the most beautiful, most awkward scene between Jamal and Imogen. The secondhand embarrassment I felt, it was like going back to middle school, but worse. God. Uh another really like, I mean, today was a really oddly sweet and soft
Yeah.
scene as well. Like that's what I think really got me, was the fact that today was such a, I think, maternal theme. Like we got all the flavors of mom today. And you know what? The, I know it's August, but in my heart it's May. Fuck you, English people. It's you guys have it way too early. But yeah, no, it was so beautiful. Loved it. There were so many touching moments, but definitely I think my highlight of the night was that, and I definitely did not flirt at all tonight. This is libel actually. So yeah, I'll pass it on to, speaking of libel, Trooper, the master of such.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly it.
I feel like I've never libeled, I've only given joy. Also, I'm Trooper JP. So excited. Today's Wednesday. You can find me Friday, 7 p.m. on my channel, Trooper SJP, where I'll be doing the next installment of the solo RPG that I'm running, just me by myself, using the Ironsworn Starforge system, which is really great. And I'm playing the fictional character Crash Jones, Space Adventurer, who is a pulp hero that the people in the Traveler game that I'm jamming for read their novels. And he's currently in the Asteroid Dungeon of Peril, trying to, save some people. And then on Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern, you can see me doing the Gumshoe 1-to-1 game Night's Black Agents, a solo ops. One GM, one player doing Van Helsing meets Jason Bourne, Dracula meets Jason Bourne. With PB Plays Inside, that's on my channel. We just started that. It's gonna be like a little 2-3 shot. You should hang out. And then on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, the finale of Cthulhu Confidential Ex Astoria, one player, one GM, hardboiled detective, deciding whether or not the labor dispute is actually really about something Cthulhu-esque, and it is. And those are the places you can find me. But I just want to say, I'm very sad that we did not get the best parent to be here, which of course was Imogen and Saoirse's mom. She wasn't able to be here yet, but it's really good that that was sad. But other than that, it was lovely. Sort of the difficulties of parenting in a difficult time and space, and there's so much loveliness. I want to say my favorite part was when Prince was like, Jamal Balfour. And I was like, oh, Robert's all token. Yes. I love that because that was what we call that shenanigans to the utmost. I love the idea that Jamal has been skulking about doing behind the scenes skullduggery, decides there was a package being delivered. He's like, what's in this package? Oh, that's interesting. Let's change the name there. Why did he do it? I don't know. Did he do it because he secretly loves Olivia? Or did he do it just like, I don't know what this is, but it seems bad, so let's just not let that be happening. I don't know, but I love that. I also loved, Nugget, when you walked in on your sister and also Lawrence looking mighty suspicious. And then your anger was so movie perfect. I was like, yes, I've seen this scene and I love it. And it gave it so much joy. I want to say the heat coming off of Solange, I was like, this is so smooth, so amazing. I cannot even handle it. Right now, I can't handle it. Also, Sylvia. Sylvia. I just do want to give so much love for to you, Sai, for the way you've done Nafisa. I like her sort of thoughtfulness. She is your scene with Sienna was very nice, but also I feel like, oh, she'd be such good friends with some of these people in this household, and the ways in which people get sort of kept apart. And I'm very excited for that. Loved the aunt, and I love Sylvia, and I feel like Sylvia is going to just. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I imagine that Sylvia's going to be in this Swiss tournament. I don't know why I imagine it, because I imagine it because it'd be so dramatic. And
Mm.
to Lindy. Lindy. I understand that Imogen is frustrated and has got a lot going on and that things are awkward, but it's that moment when the light, when the candle started flickering, you're like, wait a minute. Oh. And
I
was
just
like,
want to be
"Nice."
womanized. Wait a second.
Wait, I think I am being womanized right now.
From this
There
gender?
was some-
What?
Ooh, what? Like,
I hadn't
wait,
considered
why has-
this.
Why hadn't maybe is this why none of my other romances had worked out? What? Wait, what's going on? So I'm very excited for all of that. I'm very excited for the reputation phase next week, because I feel like people are getting tags. That's all I'm gonna say. I feel like people are getting tags. That's me. I pass it back to you. And
Thank
speaking
you.
of tags and people getting tagged,
Right.
that would be you.
It would be me.
Lindy.
Hello, Tazai. Lindy of the Laugh Love variety. My love, I got a quick little bit of love for each person tonight. You'd say, first of all, I loved just the subtle hints at things. Well, maybe not so subtle at times. Where between you, Sylvia, and Agnes. I love Olivia just so much. I think she's my absolute favorite out of everyone because she's just the best. And just the little quips that she gives off, like, it's seeing as it comes with no undergarments, that must mean how I'm supposed to wear it. I was like, yes, absolutely here for this. And then what if they fight over me? What if they fight over me? Those just cracked me up. I loved it. Pure joy. Just all of it. And then, yeah, just how thoughtful Nafisa was. That was really, really interesting. How she went to Sienna and your mother and stuff. Just, I really enjoyed how she went to Sienna to get some advice. I thought that was a very thoughtful, touching. Speaking of Sienna, I love that we couldn't remember what we wanted to talk about. That's so us. But I did love our little sister talk, even after I looked very promiscuous with your fiance. It was a good sister talk. Like, here's this fucking letter, but you didn't say that because you don't swear. Imogen's much more prone to swearing than you. I think it's because she got sworn at by her mother a lot more than you did. Probably. So, that's fine. I liked their little hug at the end and how they were like just into the hot gossip. Like, I'm sorry, he's your what? You've got another sibling? I'm sorry, Olivia has somebody? Just how it just straight into the hot goss sister style. I thought that was fabulous. Great, loved it. Thank you, Prince, for delving into that awkwardness with me. My favorite part is how that scene would have been so different if you hadn't have met with your mother first. If you hadn't met with your mother first, it would have been we might have had some incest. It would have been, and then it would have been real awkward later. But you had that talk first, and so you came in with like being nice, and so Imogen was like, you know what? Maybe I will approach this nice and not just an attempt to get womanized because I need to feel something. You know, it was, and then it got awkward real fast, and I just appreciated that. That was delightful. It was, mwah, loved it. And of course, Jamal's talk with his mother, I thought that was very nice. And Lawrence being like, she's gonna be so mad, she's gonna get the wrong idea, just so panicked about Saoirse, because he just got her back. That was delightful, perfect, lovely, wonderful. Solange, no. Your Agnes, fantastic. I loved how heckin' concerned she was at the same time, like just on top of things, just like, you know, the levels of stress, I'm sure have shot up for her. And her conversation was delightful. And of course, Solange putting some of the smoothest fucking moves on Imogen. So smooth, Imogen is like, wait a second. Like, I was like, you might have to be a little more obvious, but she picked up what you were putting down there a little bit at the end. It's a flickering candle, but there's a flame now. It's not just dead. So maybe something exciting will happen in the whist tournament. Who knows? We will next week. Whoa, when we have our whist tournament. So yeah, you can find us here on Laugh Love News channel. That's me. Next Wednesday for more Reading Between the Lines, where it's gonna get crazier somehow. I like how we thought we were gonna have the whist tournament after a bunch of tea, but it was like a bunch of tea and then half like just really wholesome moments and half like really awkward moments. And I'm just so here to see how that's all gonna play out. I'm so excited to have it, like everybody there. Sebastian, Jamal, Olivia. I wanna know when she puts on that dress, cause we know she follows instructions, but will she jump the gun? So, will Heathcliff show up? Will Sylvia? I don't know everyone who's going to be there, and I can't wait for it. I know Chadwick is, though, and I'm just so disappointed about it.
Everyone is going to be there.
Well,
everyone.
Hot damn.
Everyone.
Everyone who's anyone. And so, that'll be us next Wednesday. And on Tuesday next week, we will have Ghosts of Saltmarsh, because unless something absolutely terrible happens, we're gonna be there. We're gonna be playing Ghosts of Saltmarsh. It's gonna be fun. They just retrieved a dagger of Vecna and met a barnacle Bess, a singing hymnal crab, and returned her to St. Cuthbert's Chapel. It was a time. Don't awaken beasts willy-nilly. That's the moral of that story. And it's nothing but good things are gonna happen from the cult of Vecna getting a Dagon Snagger. I promised. They don't believe me, but I promised that this is nothing but helpful to them in the future. It'll be great. And of course, every other week we'd have our Mondays in Exandria game. And I think that's it for now. I know I've got some projects and things in the works, but nothing that may be spoken of yet. So thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, have fun and play games.